Jay, long hair, barely awake, but live here with Bob. How you doing, buddy? Bob? Ruh-roh. Oh, there we go. Now we can. Yes. Hello. Welcome, bro.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. I had muted myself on your intro, but and then I unmuted and you still couldn't hear me. Doing well. Super hyped about this.
Oh,
Let's
my
go
God.
in the audience.
We have the morning with the Bobs today. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. This is amazing.
Let's see it in the audience. Hype in chat for the Final Fantasy reveals.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I barely got a message out. Like, I didn't at all, because like our buddy Brian gave me a call and I'm like, oh, thank God, because I died in my chair. So we're here live, bro. We're gonna catch all the memes, all the spoilers, and welcome Robert's Table. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Good morning. How we doing this
I can't believe that we have the morning with the Bobs, dude. This is amazing.
Hey, it's the Bobs. It's the Bobs and Russ morning show.
Right?
Call the Bobs. Good to see you, Robert, by the way. Good morning.
Good to see you.
I guess you say good afternoon, really. Almost.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock over here. It's afternoon for you.
How excited are you for this?
Pretty honestly, really effing jazzed. So
yeah.
I've been a Final Fantasy nut since it landed in America.
I mean, I've enjoyed it, and I played the crap out of. It's the one that had the card game. Is that 8, or did 7 have it as well?
I think it was.
I know
8.
I played 7.
Well, the card game was way after 7, so. But I think like 7 was the main, right?
8 wouldn't be way after. So, but there was a card game, the one where you got the 9 spots, and it's the different edges that defeat. You know what I mean? And you're the card game was it for me, dude, in Final Fantasy. But that's not even why I'm super hyped now.
No, what are you super hyped on?
Well, I think anybody who has a special somebody in their life, they want to share your hobbies, right?
Right.
And this is if you knew Sherry Vegas, she is deep in the throes of Final Fantasy 14. And has been for, I don't know, maybe 2 years now. But I mean, all Final Fantasy all the time. So to get something, it's the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup of sets for me,
Right.
So to get her, she's actually going to watch the reveal today. Like that, this will be a first. So I'm excited about it in that regard, to share, magic with my fiance. That's the most exciting part about this for me.
Oh yeah, that is super exciting. That is super exciting. Heck yeah.
Look at all the people in chat. Let's go.
Let's go. Come on.
Come on, is that Twitch chat that we're seeing?
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's on Twitch. And then you'll see it just below for the moment. We have you and Brian Giles is here. Super hype. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah. Nah, we had some fun yesterday and wrote some songs and did some work.
Nice.
So I kind of died on my chair here. And thank you. Big shout out to Brian Giles for giving me that phone call, because I wasn't going to hear nothing else. But I'm already posted.
Yeah, no, good on you. And I'm actually glad to be here and sharing the experience with the people in both chats, whether it's Twitch. I'm not on Twitch at the moment. I do have a Twitch account.
No, I'm not streaming on Twitch, but still.
Wait, what's this? Oh, that's stream chat. I got you. That's the Magic the Gathering Twitch stream.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Right on. Anyway, just glad to be here.
We're stream sniping them.
Yeah, I just got that. But yeah, super hyped. Thanks to all the people here in chat.
Heck yeah.
Thanks for sharing this with us.
This is gonna be awesome. And honestly, I need to see Blake come out with a Sephiroth's 20-foot long freaking katana from hell, and Gavin come out with the Buster Sword and just face off.
I don't know if you saw, but I did that with him and Gavin. I did it was a while back, but it was like the first debut, or not, or the first look we did, and I did a meme with them both like battling. It was awesome.
So what I'm hoping to see, and we got just a few seconds here before they start, Some of the things I'm looking for, me personally, and my fiance probably wouldn't. I don't know how much she's into chocobos, but I want to see some sort of epic chocobo reveal. And I'm super interested to see the full art lands that they're doing for this. The land cycle, I want to see not the special lands, but the basic lands. I want to see art on. And it better be epic.
Yeah, you know, to piggyback on the chocobo, I really want them to do fat chocobo and find out how they are going to handle fat chocobo without saying fat.
Right. I mean, we always went classic PHAT here, but whatever, you know.
Let's go.
He is tempting.
I'm going to mute myself while the stream is starting, I guess.
Yeah, no, we'll chime in because it's going to be mostly hype yap for like.
Who the hell is this?
Hold on.
Did Blake die himself? What?
That's not Blake. Who is this guy?
That's not Blake.
We have no sound yet.
Did he just for men?
As Clive Rossfield from
No.
Others might know me as that weird actor who is unreasonably obsessed with Final Fantasy VIII. But whether you were raised, yes.
All right,
but whether you were raised in the mean hallways of Balam Garden, the crumbling playgrounds of Midgar, or the bustling markets of
What up, TCGDude?
Yeah. For those at home, a lot of call and response happening right now, but believe me, it's good stuff. We have something for everyone who's ever had their lives changed by the magic that is Final Fantasy. Today, that's Whoop again. It just makes me feel good. Today, we're going to be talking to the team who have worked tirelessly over the past 4 years to meticulously bring this iconic franchise to Magic the Gathering. We have 2 very, very special hours where the hits just keep on hitting. And during that time, we will see this incredible set come to life with tons of never-before-seen previews, including at least 1 preview card from every single core game.
All right.
In addition to this, I will be summoning some very special guests to join me in a little trivia game that I like to call Summon the Numbers. But let's start the show. So here is a very special message from the home of Square Enix.
All right.
皆さん、はじめまして、スクエアエニックスの市川です。私はファイナルファンタジー7シリーズであるモバイル向けファイナルファンタジー7エバークライスのプロデューサーをしており、本セットにおいてはスクエアエニックス側のプロデューサーをしております。いよいよデビューショーケースが始まりますね。ずっとこの瞬間が訪れることを心待ちにしていました。まず最初に一言だけ言わせてください。本セットを期待や情熱を持って心待ちにしてくださった全ての方へ本当にありがとうございます。マジック、そしてファイナルファンタジーに愛を注いでくださった全ての皆様のおかげで今日という特別な日を迎えることができました。昨年10月の先行公開映像、今年2月のファーストルックとここまで長い旅路を共に歩んできましたが、ついに本日さらなる情報を皆様にお届けいたします。このセットはマジックとファイナルファンタジーを愛し続け、お互いが真剣に向かい続けたからこそこの素晴らしい形にできたものだと思っています。今回でファイナルファンタジーシリーズに初めて触れるマジックファンの皆様、このセットに登場するカードたちはファイナルファンタジーのストーリーやキャラクターらしさをしっかりと捉えた上でマジックのルールの中で再構築されています。たとえファイナルファンタジーを知らなくてもマジックでの冒険をお楽しみいただけるはずです。そしてマジックに初めて触れるというファイナルファンタジーファンの皆様、プレイされたことがない方は RPG でパーティーを組むイメージをしてください。マジックにおけるデッキは RPG のパーティーと同じで、ちょっと工夫を凝らすだけでどんな相手にも有効な戦術を見出すことができます。ぜひお近くの店舗などに足を運んでみてください。きっとお気に入りの1枚が見つかるはずです。そして最後は私のような両方のゲームを愛する方へ、もうすぐ私たちが夢に見た瞬間が訪れます。皆様大変お待たせいたしました。 It's showtime! let's step into the world of Magic the Gathering and Final Fantasy.
Yeah, get some.
Okay, it's time to meet the team. He's a principal game designer on Magic the Gathering. You might know him at best as the host of Good Morning Magic. He's also been the lead designer on sets like Battle Bond, Mystery Booster, and most recently of all, oh yes, Final Fantasy. He is Gavin Verhey.
Well, hey.
Hey.
Oh, thank you. Gavin, what's your favorite Final Fantasy?
Well, that would be Final Fantasy 9. Whoa. Some
I can agree
fans
with
in the
that
house
one.
out here tonight.
The
That's a good
war
one. That's
starts here. Okay,
Good morning,
our
everyone.
next
Glad to be here.
panelist is
Finally
known
got my
for his
mic up.
work as the product
Wooot.
architect of the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Universes Beyond Fallout, Universes Beyond Assassin's Creed, and Bloomburrow. He is also the executive
Gavin doesn't know what to
producer
do
of Magic
because
the
this
Gathering
guy's
Final
actually
Fantasy.
dynamic.
He is the one.
Oh my God.
Zakiel Gordon.
No, he's okay. So I forgot this fellow's name, but he's the voice actor of one of the mainline Final Fantasy characters in 15
Oh,
or
okay.
16. Yeah. So I've also seen him on
I
an
actually
interview
think-
with
there we
Kind
go,
of Funny
we
Games
can-
or co-hosting, and
what's
he's a
your favorite Final
really
Fantasy?
chill, nice
favorite
guy.
Final Fantasy
He's putting on a
is
lot of energy
Final
for this show
Fantasy
right now.
10.
Nice.
Final Fantasy 10. All
Did
right.
Final Fantasy X get a bigger shout out than Final Fantasy 9? Can I hear my 9 fans again? Can I hear my 9 fans?
I think Gavin's feeling a little
Can I hear
upbeat.
my 10 fans?
Yeah.
That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Okay. Next up, he's a senior game designer of Magic the Gathering, probably best known for his work on Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. He is also responsible for mechanical frame and icon design across all sets. He is the lead
that
game
Mark
designer for
Rosewater?
Final Fantasy Commander decks. He is Daniel Holt.
No.
What's up, Kupo?
Damn it. Now I have to get a leather jacket.
Here we
or
go,
a
the
suit.
big question. Everyone's waiting for it. What is your favorite Final Fantasy?
Yeah, I got my dad runners on.
Final Fantasy X too.
Come on,
That is
man.
Bro, why is
10,
everyone wearing like
2.
red or brown and blue jeans?
I am
New
wearing
uniform.
brown
Trip for
jeans.
life, baby. Right,
Look, the-
here we go.
the
He's
two white
principal
guys are
narrative
wearing
game
red or
designer for
brown
Universes Beyond
jackets and
Creative
blue
Team.
jeans.
He's
Both
worked
pants.
on Fallout Commander decks, leads the upcoming Avatar: The Last
They're not as
Airbender
cool as
set, and
Rosewater.
was
They
the
don't got those
lead
New Balances, bro.
narrative lead for Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy. It's Dylan Devaney.
Well, I don't. We're not going to see our homie Blake.
Oh my gosh, look at everyone.
I know this is so weird.
Oh, they color coordinated. Look. Black,
Dylan,
brown,
let's
brown.
shake this place to the core. What's your favorite Final Fantasy?
I'm ready to tell you that my personal favorite Final Fantasy game is none other than Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, look at that. I love it. That's
There we go.
right.
4 is great.
A lot of old school connoisseurs just got very excited there. So here we are at the start of our
The
journey.
dads in the crowd.
Final
went nuts.
Fantasy I, the Magna Carta of video games, something that quite literally changed the landscape of gaming forever. Dylan, tell us the story.
When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. This is the beginning of the genre-defining game that started it all. Final Fantasy I features the prophesized Warriors of Light as they embark on this adventure across time and space. Right, as the player,
Cosmic
you
going old
can
school
select
there.
from 4 of 6 possible jobs to become your Warriors of Light. And your first deadly challenge as the Warriors of Light are to take on none other than Garland, Knight of Fornelli.
Oh yeah.
Garland.
And though Garland is keen to knock you down, the 4 Warriors of Light are triumphant, and they defeat their first adversary. But they incidentally create a paradoxical time loop that puts them in the deadly foes of none other than Chaos. Chaos!
Nice. Ooh, demon.
This game lays the foundation for many
You
of the
don't
iconic
say.
elements we're going to see across all of the 16 mainline games. Things like prophecies and crystals, the job system, overworld exploration, random encounters, leveling up, high-stakes adventures, airships, you name it. This is where we firmly plant our foot and decide this is what Final Fantasy is going to become.
So, Gavin, jobs and classes. How did you do that?
Yeah, we knew from the very beginning we needed to have a way to show off the jobs of Final Fantasy. And we talked about it for a long time and came up with the idea of a brand new mechanic that looks a little like an older mechanic called the Job Select. So this shows up on equipment throughout the set. And when the equipment comes into play, you make a 1/1 hero token, and then you attach the equipment to it. So if you know Magic, you might recognize this as, say, Living Weapon or for Mirrodin. Living Weapon makes 0/0s, for Mirrodin makes 2/2s. There's a number between those two, which is 1/1. So we went for that here. Now, they all confer abilities,
really
as you can see, that are really keen to the
It's kind of the same way that germ tokens are made.
Black Mage's Rod, your opponent.
Yeah.
But the other thing that's worth calling out in particular is they also confer the type that class or job has. So the White Mage's Staff turns you into a Cleric, the Black Mage's Rod turns you into a Wizard, and so on. Just has a little
I like how they
happening
got
right
Staff and
We
Rod.
grabbed all the job select cards in the set of Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 14, which you might see some of later.
Oh, what a tease. Thank you, all four of you, but I do believe it is time to meet the last member of our panel. She is an art director on Magic the Gathering. She's worked on Universes Beyond sets such as Assassin's Creed, Doctor Who, and of course, Final Fantasy. Joining us on video, it's Stephanie Chung.
Hey PAX East, I'm so excited to share our next card with you.
She looks like it.
Long before I ever played my first game in the Final Fantasy series,
Nobody told her to
I was
look into the
already
right camera.
obsessed with their iconic character designs. It was
Right.
influence on my own journey as an
perfect.
artist, and
Yes,
even
there you
my
go.
love.
She doesn't look at the camera at all.
Awesome side profile.
It wouldn't be Final
The
Fantasy
green and blue
if
makes me
you
feel like
include
she's about to do some cool
legendary
pictures.
Yoshitaka Amano. And what better way to celebrate his influence and incredible talent?
She looks like one of
than
the
his
profile
original
cards from
Cloud Seed Jin.
Commander Masters.
This
Yeah.
incredible piece is featured in a showcase frame. You
Oh,
see
hey,
it.
there we
cool
go.
art.
The transparent frame allows us to show
Oh,
off the
there
art
we go,
with
they're
abstractions
ancient.
from mechanics
There
and
you go.
text. You can really immerse yourself and truly appreciate the details of Amano's mark-making and masterful washes of ink. This piece is a great example of his iconic style, especially with the incredible way he balances negative space. From the pale clouds contrasting the dark figure of the Jinn to the flow of details from the Jinn's hand,
So
cascading
another
around the
Amano,
party
huh?
and spilling into the clouds around.
Yeah.
him. The card also isn't anything to sneeze at.
It's also
Ancient is a flashy
Nice to
card
see
that
that
is a
they're
dream
going to
for any
rename
Stompy deck.
cards. However, where's it going to be
Thank you.
and what product?
We are going to be hearing from
all
Stephanie throughout the
products.
show, and now we are underway. We are done with one. Let's move on to
Most
Final
likely,
Fantasy
yeah.
2. This is a more
Yeah,
high
it's a
fantasy
bonus
expanding,
sheet.
iterating on the ideas that were laid down in one, without many radical changes.
So
Sakil,
maybe we
take us
won't
through
get
this.
foil
so
in the
Final Fantasy II
play
is
boosters.
Tonally very similar in creative tone. The
Fiorian.
main difference lies
So
in a
we're
game
not gonna
mechanic
get
called
Pringles.
weapon
Great.
skill,
I'm happy
which
with
is
that.
based on your proficiency
Oh no,
in
you'll still
using
get
weapons in battle
Pringles,
and gain
just of
experience
other
throughout the
Pringles.
game.
Not the
So,
good
it
flavor
only
Pringles.
makes
You're not
sense
getting
for the main
barbecue.
character
You're
of
getting
Final
original
Fantasy
Pringles.
Furion
Or salt and vinegar. Ew.
Or salt and vinegar.
Oh, here we go, guys.
Exactly.
Here we go. Here we
Furion
go.
is 3 mana,
Ooh.
3/3 that equipped creatures you control have haste, and whenever another equipment comes into the battlefield, you create a copy of that, and it has the ability to cost 2 less to equip. So we
Whoa.
just showed you
Oh.
White Mage's Rod. If you have this in play and cast
I
that,
like.
not only do you get another copy of that equipment, but you also get another 1/1 hero.
You get a free
And then
equipment.
similarly,
Oh.
Well, a
the
free
next card
equipment,
on our
but
Final Fantasy
for one
3
turn.
Ages bonus sheet
Yeah.
is SRAM, red
Oh,
white,
hold on,
you get
versus
to
a
important.
prolific archetype within
Oh, never
Magic,
mind. Those are two different
all
cards.
revolving
They're
around
both
They are.
Furion.
And we think this is a
Okay.
brand new way to be able to collect beautiful
What
art,
is that?
artwork
Oh,
by
SRAM.
Yoshitaka Amano,
It's
and
SRAM.
play
Okay.
both of these copies of Furion alongside each other on the battlefield.
Hey, Brian.
Thank you very much. And also, thank you for everyone here right now who's oohing and ahhing in exactly the right places. It really validates all their work. So thank you so much.
I'll be
I'm
honest,
eager to
that's
see more cards.
slightly
Down
underwhelming.
here it says, I am as
Yeah.
eager as
Slightly.
a beaver.
Which
Gavin,
one?
Explain
The left or the
yourself.
right?
Commune with beavers?
Oh,
All right,
man.
so I want to give a big
Pop
shout
to
out
the
to
beaver.
Yanni Skull.
The card I
the
needed.
design
This
of
is the
set.
card I
He
needed.
handed it off to me.
There's your
a card
meme
in
right there,
called
bro.
Commune with
Right?
Beavers.
Go with the giant
And I was
beaver,
like,
bro.
Yanni, you
Yeah.
gotta tell me what's going on with this card.
I gotta talk
And
to
he told
that
me the
beaver.
story about talking with beavers, get the information that you need.
That's
and I was like, we
right.
have to preserve this. So it stayed the whole way through the entire
Dude, that's my
life
new
cycle of
pickup
this set.
line.
Now, to me, this is a great
I
blending
commune with
of
beavers.
Magic and Final Fantasy because a commune spell
Oh,
in Magic
God.
looks at your top
Don't
cards
get
for
Tortoise
each
or his
card,
wife around
and
here. You'll get the
and
whole
so it kind of
show
blends the
banned.
flavor of Final Fantasy.
easy.
Beavers, effect. But of course, it looks at your top few cards for a beaver.
We're not 30 minutes in yet. No, we can't.
That's a pretty
say
decent
that.
card right there.
But kind of
It
the
is.
whimsy that Final Fantasy has, right? There's a lot of epic fights and incredible monsters, and also sometimes just guy speaks beaver, you know, and that's the important part.
Guy speaks beaver.
I like to think that we I'm staying away from that family show.
Yeah.
Family show for another 10 minutes.
My mom is watching.
Oh. In that case.
Moving on from 2 to guess what? Number 3. Final Fantasy 3. It's worth remembering that both 2 and 3 didn't release in the US until years later. But there is one thing that kind of remains true, which is the defining
I'll be right back,
of
gentlemen.
the crystals. Dylan, walk us through this.
Yeah, I'm really happy you brought up
Donut?
crystals. Right? We're going to talk about crystals a lot throughout the show, and it is a signature element of Final Fantasy. So in Final Fantasy 3,
Oh, heck yeah.
our characters are going to go on a journey, the Onion Knights that become the Warriors of Light, go on a journey to bring balance to the elemental crystals across the land, just as the Golgan people prophesized. And so we were talking about how we were going to bring this element into Magic the Gathering, and we decided that, well, there's 4 elemental crystals, and there are the dark crystals in the malevolent world of darkness. Perhaps we smell a cycle. So let's take a little bit more look at the darkness crystal. Daniel, I want to hear about the tiny crystal we see here.
Oh, this is pretty
as Dylan
dope.
mentioned, crystals are
It
so
is
prominent within
very
Final
nice.
Fantasy that it only made sense when working on the
really
set
like
symbol.
this.
But that was the first spot we went. You'll see the chocobo later in Commander. We'll talk about that when we get there. But you can see this
I get to
rarity
steal
symbol here
things,
is the
and
crystal.
it's a
Gavin, you want to talk about the card?
medallion at the same time.
Absolutely. So, as was mentioned earlier,
And the artwork's
there's
awesome.
the nice booster fun version. And by the way, what I was about to say, there's 5 crystals in the set, 1 for each color, and they all have
he
cool
said
fun
BF4.
version like this. You can go collect.
How is this going to
Now,
work
they are
with
a
Commander?
5-card cycle, 1 for each color. They all cost 4 mana. They're all legendary artifacts.
If a
They all
commander
make spells of
dies,
that
if
color,
they
cost 1
choose to
less,
exile
but the
it,
rest of
it's
them
up to
is
the
a little
choice of the
unique
commander
depending on what that
controller.
crystal does. They've got a
So
activated
they
ability
can
of some
choose
kind,
to
a
put it
static
into
ability.
exile
I'll
and
let
let
all
you
of
gain
you
2 life,
start
or they can put it in the
speculating
command
now.
zone,
The crystals,
and then
you're
you
gonna
don't
wanna
get that
try
effect.
and get all of them on your side.
So, Gavin, earlier
so
you
does it
mentioned
technically never go to
starting
exile?
towns. I believe
Correct.
right now you have
If they put it in the
lands.
command zone, it doesn't go into
Yeah,
exile.
absolutely. So, of course, if you're playing Final
Welcome
Fantasy,
to
there's
Commander.
once again these huge epic battles, but you also want some simple little concepts, especially at common, like this
Oh, that's pretty
Adventurer's
nice.
Inn. So this is a brand new land subtype.
Yeah,
This
it's
is a
like
town.
a radiant
You'll find towns
fountain
all
as far as the
throughout
effect
in Final
goes.
Fantasy.
But
many
we got the
places and
subset for
locations
town,
that you
he
end up
says.
at. If you've
Yep.
played Ravnica before, it's kind of like Gates, where there are some cards that key into what towns do. It doesn't have any
Wow.
inherent meaning.
So
And there's a lot of
bouncing a
lands ranging from
land-
simple commons all the way
There's
up
some
to rares,
land
and
bounce
maybe,
loops that you
just
can get
maybe,
into.
we might see a
Yeah,
rare
infinite
one
life
later
off of this
on. But
one.
here you go, a nice little
Yeah.
Adventurer's Inn.
Wow.
Of course, what would an inn do? But give you back a couple life. Take a nice rest. If you've got the
Right,
money
yeah.
for it, get those 2 life.
So that's a lovely little taste of Final Fantasy 3. Let's move on to Final Fantasy 4. Dylan, you have been waiting for this moment.
Yes, I have. Thank you. Also, I really love that, and I needed that. So thank you. So yes, I would love to talk about my personal favorite, Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy IV holds a very, very special place in my heart because I think it was the first time I really discovered what narrative game design was and the power of the medium when I was very, very young on my Super Nintendo. The journey that Cecil goes through, starting as a Dark Knight, wielding very wicked power in
Yes.
service to the potentially corrupt King of Baron. He goes on this journey of redemption to become a paladin of light. And we were talking
guess
about
that
the
is
story,
kind
and
of
I was
a
telling
jump
Gavin, I was
from
like, listen, this story
mushrooms
meant a lot to
and
me
Mario.
because in the game, right, you have
Right.
this amazing Dark
It
Knight
was-
sprite.
it was
You go
massive.
to Mount
I remember
Ordeals,
that.
You claim your sword.
Ah,
and
there's
you
my boy.
become a paladin, and then you have to fight yourself in this 1v1 battle to come to terms with your darkness, slay your inner evils, and truly become a paladin. And so this story was so important to me personally. It's something that made me fall in love with Final Fantasy, and it was a story that we, I think, did a pretty good job of.
Yeah, and you know, we brought the story to life. We're trying to figure out how to tell this story, and one of the tools we have in this set are double-sided cards, right? So you see these double-faced cards here with Cecil, where he starts off as the Dark Knight and then transforms into the
Not loving that ability.
Final Fantasy has so many moments for
Yeah,
villains and heroes alike.
a lot
where
of
they
people kind of
undergo these
groaned
great
about it
transformations,
when it first
and
got
there's several
previewed.
double-faced cards
Yeah,
in the
he
set
exists in a
that
really
do just
weird
that, where you get
spot.
to see the characters evolve
Yeah.
before your eyes. And also on
You know,
screen
he's
here,
mentioning
you'll see
the
that
card
gorgeous booster fun
two-faced
version of
card
Cecil,
thing, and
which is
honestly,
really neat. And I'm so glad we were able to capture
they couldn't
this.
have designed
I was
Magic
inspired by
or
Death's
Final Fantasy
Shadow,
Magic
Magic players out
prior
there
to
know that
this
card,
this
to make a
way.
card that
So
dealt
it's a good
damage
thing
to you,
that
and then
this is
eventually
available
it
to
flips
them
over,
as a
be a
tool.
4/4 lifelinker,
It is.
and start gaining
Yep.
that life right on back. But Cecil is not the only card.
There's me other boy.
I love
There we
everyone here so much.
Cecil is not the only card that we wanted to design from Final Fantasy IV, and a character that posed a lot of trouble for me was Kain. I kept trying to design Kain. I could not figure out how to do it, and then one day, Dylan sends me something.
Should
I was
have
like, Gavin, I don't
been
want to I don't
phasing.
want to step on your toes, but I really like this game. I really like this character. I have a pitch that I'm going to send you, and he was very nice enough to read it. He went over it.
Has anybody else seen Jump before, or is it being introduced
yeah, let's
new
do
here?
it. And so we kind of moved forward.
It's introduced
to try to
new
capture
here. It's a
one of Kane's most complicated
sort of a
elements.
keyword
if you
thing,
are
but
a fan of this game,
yeah.
or if you played this game, you felt the same heartbreak and betrayal that I did when you went up into that boss battle, and you're like, wait, what do you mean he left my party? What do you mean he's fighting for Golbez? Where is he going? And so we wanted to capture that sense at the table when you play it. So I had this idea, maybe he defects, maybe he passes around. There is the story of the treasure tokens being the crystals you're collecting. I was very happy with it, and Gavin was kind enough to link it into the rest of the file, which I'm very appreciative, by the way.
And I want to
Not
call
a
out,
fan,
this is
really,
Dylan's
of the
first ever
design.
Magic card published.
Nah,
So big hand
same.
for Dylan right here.
It should have been phasing. He should have phased out
His
or
childhood
been
favorite character
unblockable or
as a card.
something,
That's
not
pretty
just game flying.
Right, let's move on. It's
Or
time
honestly,
for Final Fantasy V. And what
After he attacked, he dies. Go to the graveyard.
Okay.
Especially
No.
with black.
For you.
That was awesome.
Not many, but good for you. As we head on to Final Fantasy V, obviously a very, very beloved game, I want us to take a step back and figure out, well, explain to us how you arrived at the overall shape of this set.
Yeah, so that's a monumental question and a very good one of how did we fit 16 Final Fantasy games into one set. There are a lot of characters, there's a lot of stories, a lot of games, magic spells, items, abilities, lands, adventures, quests, mini games, songs.
We used the
and
power
how
of
we
math
put it all
and
into one thing.
madness.
We needed something early on to help make decisions.
All
So,
fueled
if
by
you can
coffee
imagine
and
the four of
Dominoes.
us in a room in the Wizard of the Coast office.
They
with a
can't
locked
match
door.
me with, like,
Made
not
a
sleeping,
conspiracy
so.
board on the wall. We opened up an Excel sheet. We got the whiteboard and we wrote down every
I don't know.
game,
Did you
and we
see
just
that
said, okay,
artist earlier?
what do you remember about Final
Oh,
Fantasy?
right.
Go way
She
back in the
just rolled out of
archives,
bed.
go
It
deep
was
in the
10
day.
p.m.
What do you remember loving about this game? And we did that
Right.
for 2, 3, all the way up for every single game. And then when we were done with that, weeks later, we went to our fellow wizards in the office. I asked everyone the same intense line of questioning. And then when we were done with that, weeks later, we went to Square Enix and we talked to the game producers and the designers and the developers, and we were like, what were you very proud of with your game? What is very special about the title that you've worked on? What is the thing that you...
So they ran the
wanted to
bullet
see
points
once
by
again?
each other,
Once we had
basically.
all of that, we were able to start our process. So from there, we kind of made this internal tier system, tiers 1, 2, and 3, to help us make decisions. These weren't like, oh, these are the best and these are the worst. These are just, we need to make some decisions along the way. Some characters will be here, some characters won't be here. So tier 1, we decided was, these are the things that have to be here. These are the DNA of Final Fantasy. So Chocobos, Moogles, they absolutely have to be there. You expect to see them.
The
so you try
Dunna.
to see them. Tier 2 are the, hey, if you're a fan of a very specific game, you're going to recognize that. Maybe it's an iconic mini game, or an NPC that you really fell in love with, or a super boss you spend many hours losing against, like me. And then tier 3 was the super duper crunchy deep cut. This is for the nerds. No way you spent time.
The
putting
very
it in.
niche.
Yes, we did. We had to do that. And so I really look forward to all of you, and I challenge all of you to go through and find the tier 3s that we snuck in there across the
Right.
set.
They would have done a disservice to the set had they not done that.
Which tier is this cheeky boy in?
All right. Gilgamesh is clearly the top tier. This is a recurring villain who plays kind of the comic relief in the game. He has a passion for weapons, and that's exactly what his card does. It's a titanic ability, if you're familiar with Magic, a Titan ability is enters and attacks. He searches for those equipment. He looks at the top 6 cards of your library, gets all of those equipment onto the battlefield.
6 mana, 6/6.
And then you pick one of them. It keeps going. One of them goes for free onto any samurai
But
you control. Whether
there's
it's
more.
Kamigawa, whether it's Gilgamesh himself, snaps onto that samurai and gets to fighting.
Thank you so much for the ooze again. They make us feel great.
I got to be honest with
Right,
you. It kind
Zakil,
of feels
our
like
next
a
card you're gonna take us
less
through
good
showcases the
version
depth
of
the worlds
Italy.
we get to play in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the Universes Beyond program, one of my favorite things is we get to
Well, a
tailor
lot of people
the
don't
set
like Italy,
based on the
so
IP and audience that we're working
I like
on.
it.
So
It's
our
samurai
language
support.
to you as Magic players and as Final Fantasy fans is through the lens of design. Now, internally, we have this thing called a design, a complexity dial that kind of goes from 1 to 5, with 1 being kind of our intro level products and 5 being our more complex products like a Horizon set. Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy is a little bit higher on that dial, specifically because you all, as video game players and specifically
Say at a
RPG
4 or
fans,
so.
already innately
What do you guys
understand
think?
a lot of aspects
4?
of game development. We don't have to explain the idea of health or
3?
mana or damage or items or party configuration.
I'm
or the
voting
difference between
4 or
a tank
5.
versus a tank.
I'm not
So,
seeing
internally,
superpower
we just
so
really
far.
had the rule of cool to
I'm
make
not.
sure that we made the best
It's a
versions
standard
of each
set, Bob,
character,
remember?
went through Magic's archives to bring back all of the most awesome mechanics that pay off
Remember?
all of your favorite moments. So the best
So
example
was
of that
Tarkir.
is in Bart's
Yeah.
and
Yep.
Boko. And Bartz and Boko have a very interesting ability, and that is Affinity for Birds. So Affinity is a long-time Magic mechanic that has been around for more than 20 years, and this is a way in which we're able to build
Right.
specific
This
themed
is
decks
so
within the set to
cool,
encourage
but
you to
it's
play.
not blue.
Perhaps there is a Chocobo deck that you can build from the set.
Yeah,
and
most
when they
good
come into
birds are
play,
blue
each
or
other
white. This
Yeah.
guy's green.
damage,
Homie.
opponents, which we think will be pretty fun and limited.
Yeah, I gotta say, in our internal testing, I was always on Team Birds. I love the standard. You can take like
And
your
talk
blue
about
birds
confusing
and
a
your
human
chocobos and put
bird.
together to make a cool deck. So count me in as a bird fan. Go Birds.
Just as a vibe check, have we got any bird fans in the audience? I like you so much.
No Harvey Birdman in the
Okay.
audience.
Moving on. Final Fantasy VI.
That was pretty quiet. That was pretty quiet.
I said, sorry, I don't think you heard me. I said Final Fantasy VI. Daniel, Final Fantasy VI is the first of 4 games that have Commander decks. Is that correct?
That's true. We get to talk about Commander. This is the first of 4 Commander
And that's
decks.
funny.
Commander decks,
No
if you're
response.
not familiar, are
Really?
100-card pre-constructed decks. When you buy this deck, it will be completely themed around Final Fantasy VI, as the other games when we get to them.
Oh, okay.
This deck specifically, we focused on the second half of the Final Fantasy VI game to set you up for story. Kefka just won, the world's in ruin, all your party members are scattered across the land, and you're going to gather them back up, form your party, get the gang back together, and go take down Kefka. And that's exactly what Terra here does. Her trance ability, when she attacks, she'll get an evasive so she can connect in, but she's also going to fill your graveyard with your party members and friends. Then when she connects, you're going to bring them back, you're going to get the party together, and you're going to go conquer Kefka.
Pretty cool. Do you want to show us a little bit how
I'll be honest, I think we're going to get a
summons
bigger
might work?
response to Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 14.
Well, it wouldn't
Yep.
be Final
Those are gonna get the
Fantasy
biggest
without
responses.
summons. With Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy, we introduced it as Saga Creatures. These are both creatures and sagas. So you'll get your creature out, summon Esper Valagramande, has haste, so it'll attack right away. But as the turns pass, you'll tick down, get those abilities. The first one, you're going to be pulling resources from all graveyards, all those non-creature spells, and over time you're going to get mana to cast those spells. And at the end of the chapter, it's going to go away in an epic conclusion.
Wow. So do we have any Terra fans in the audience?
Wow.
I like Terra Held of Hope, but here's the card. I think we've shown it. She looks pretty good, right? Here's Stephanie to tell us a
Getting
little.
Alice
I
in
think the art
Wonderland
looks
vibes on the
terrible.
left.
Thanks, Ben.
Oh,
You
she
may
had
have
more
noticed that
coffee.
There's something very special about these 2 paintings. In our Final Fantasy Artist Series, we've invited 9 incredible artists from Square Enix to illustrate any character from the Final Fantasy franchise. They were not limited to the series that they worked on, but invited to illustrate any character, especially ones that they have always wanted to paint. So not only are these painted by the one and only Yoshitaka Amano, but these are brand new paintings of Terra, never before seen until this Universes Beyond partnership. And without further ado, here's a special message from Amano himself.
Nice.
ファイナルファンタジーはね、やっぱりずっとやってきてるし。あ、こっちはもうね、なるべく非常識の絵を描こうっていうことで、とらわれないで描きました。これはもう、状況がもういっちゃってるんですよね。炎の中に入ってるっていうんですかね。ケフカはもうめちゃくちゃですね。狂った色、いろんな色が入った方が、いいんじゃないかなっていう。イメージみたいなぼやっとしたものがあって、それを形にしていく。その行為が、楽しいというか。まず、通常のティナは剣持ってて、空挺がいっぱいいてっていう、ファイナルファンタジーの世界をちょっと、もう一回表現してみよう。こっちの変身後の方は、最初にキャラクター作った時以外はあんまり書いてないんですよね。あの時はもう少し腕掘ればされてましたから、これはちょっとリアルに。
He's saying he hasn't done Terra with that palette, that color palette often. Interesting. But did you guys catch at the beginning? The situation is crazy. He was totally ahead of Moist Critical.
マジックとファイナルファンタジーのコラボレーション、皆さん楽しんでください。
So if we're going to get art from a mono to put on our cards, we had better make some pretty awesome magic cards. And that's what you're seeing here with Terra. So on her front face, she comes down. She finds you an enchantment, one of those saga creatures, perhaps, something that she can summon. When it's time, you can flip her over to her other side, literally turn the card over to unlock Esper Terra. She copies an enchantment that you have and does something we've never done in Magic before, which lets you kind of set it on the chapter counter you want, get the abilities you want, and then it goes away. After her 4 chapters are done, she adds 10 mana to your pool, which for all you astute Magic fans in the audience, you might notice that she is green and red, and she starts adding white, blue, and black, which is, of course, the Esper color combination in Magic the Gathering. She flips back over to her front side, and then you can do it all over again. Plus, get that Enter's ability to grab another enchantment. A really powerful Magic card, and really worthy of this incredible artwork.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right.
Love it.
I mean, they've done the read ahead thing where
Please,
you
would
can
you
put
bring us up to
the
speed
counter
on the
where you
narrative of
want
Final
it,
Fantasy
but
VI?
yeah,
sounds like we have a
copying
lot
a
of
saga
Final
like
Fantasy
that with
VI
the
fans here
ETB
in the
thing
audience
and the
today,
flip.
but
Yeah,
if you
there's a
haven't
lot
played
going
this
on.
Wonderful game yet. I'm just going to spin you a picture so we can all understand what we're talking about here. So Final Fantasy VI is an epic told in 2 parts. The first half of the story revolves around the conflict between the Gestalian Empire and the Returners Resistance movement. It takes on a very classic shape of a Final Fantasy story, right? We're introduced to our many beloved cast of characters like Terra and Celeste, Locke, and eventually we see them all come together, rally to battle against Kefka, one of video games' most iconic villains of all time. But of course, as the chosen heroes to save the world from the villain of this game, you would expect that when you go up against Kefka, you are victorious. But perhaps, as Daniel alluded previously, something special about Final Fantasy VI is halfway through the game, you lose. And so, the second part of this game is about the world of Ruin, where Kefka has become the ruler of all. He has become all-powerful and is the master of all magic. So, your party is scattered to the winds. Eventually, Celeste, Terra come back together. You rally everyone to take on Kefka one more time and eventually conquer the ruler of Ruin.
So,
he is so good.
Take us through this card.
Yeah, this is a very special one, Ben. So, of course, featuring that amazing artwork by Amano, a blue, black, and red legend. When Kefka enters, you play a little mini-game. Each player is going to discard some cards, and then you get to draw some cards back up, well-fitting of kind of the mini-game aspect that Kefka has. But when it is time to go to the world of Ruin, you can pay 8 mana. Each opponent sacrifices a permanent, the world gets a little ruined, and then you flip Kefka over. 5/7, flying. It can attack right away the turn you flip it over, of course, as long as it's been played for a turn. You hit your opponent, you draw 5 more cards, and then as long as Kefka's in play, whenever an opponent loses life, you draw that many cards. It is very hard to come back from getting hit by Kefka, just as it should be.
Okay, there you have it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Final Fantasies 1 through 6. We are halfway through our show. And
welcome to the intermission.
Incredible panelists, a little break for a few minutes. So please give it up for our panelists. Thank you so much.
Look at how we color coordinated all.
Damn, I called it though.
Not you, Gavin. You stay here, you naughty boy. Right, friends. We're going to shake things up. We're going to play a little game I've been contractually obliged to call Summon the Numbers. Are you ready? Summon the Numbers is a game that's going to involve some guests. It's also going to involve you, and it's going to involve a lot of chaos. This has been a very slick show so far. This bit is going to destroy all of that.
Yay.
Chaos!
You guys like chaos?
I love chaos.
The people have spoken, Ben.
One more time. Okay, I can't do this alone. I need some special guests. Let's get them out here. 2 teams, 4 special guests. The first guest is starting with our first team, a multiple championship title winner, a massive fan following, widely recognized catchphrase, Baby. This legendary professional wrestler from All Elite Wrestling has proven himself to be a generational entertainer. He's also a passionate gamer who's built a significant following with his gaming content. Please welcome
Xavier
Adam
Woods?
Cole.
No? Okay.
And joining him, she's a multimedia
I'm not a
content
big
creator who's
wrestling
passionate
guy,
about
so
Magic the Gathering, sharing
I
her
don't know
love for the
either.
game
Yes.
through gameplay reviews and box openings on Twitch and YouTube, as she strives to make the MTG space more inviting for everyone. Outside of content creation,
God.
she's also an actor and enjoys building community both online and at events. Please welcome Talia Vest.
Talia Vest, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Still working on
She
her.
does Elder Dragon hijinks.
Hey team, how you doing? You feeling good?
Very good.
Feeling very, very good. Very confident.
Yeah?
Very confident.
You think you're going to win?
Oh, I think it's a guarantee.
Absolutely.
I think it's an absolute guarantee.
Unfortunately,
I
there's
like your confidence.
2 people standing in your way. The other team, this is who they're going to be facing.
She's looking around.
A
She's like, there's no
professional
one in
wrestler
front of
from
me.
Canada.
What?
Is a founding member of All Elite Wrestling and is widely regarded as one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's entered the Tokyo Dome as Sephiroth or One-Winged Angel, and as a theme song created by Masayoshi Soken and Nobuo Uematsu, a passionate gamer and Final Fantasy lover. Give it up for Kenny Omega.
Okay. Here we are. Here we are.
And all these people got paid in Final Fantasy collector packs.
That's right.
And joining him, you know our next participant as Kimiko in Amazon's
So he's a
Emmy-nominated
fighter?
series The
Just
Boys,
imagine him
as
coming
well as
out,
David
whooping
Lynch's
your
action
butt and be
thriller
like, "Okay, you wanna go play some Final Fantasy?"
Suicide Squad. She's also a robust voiceover actor, with most recently heard in Studio Ghibli's English show The Boy and the Heron as Lady Himi, and Amazon's animated reboot of Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft, as well as the Netflix series She-Ra and Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beasts. Say hello to Karen Fukuhara.
What'd you call me?
Well, okay.
Hello!
Wowee!
How's it going, Pax? Wow, look at this turnout.
Do you feel incredible? Do you feel
There's
like you're going to
15
win?
people.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I mean, when they asked me who I wanted to team up with, they assumed, and don't take this the wrong way, they thought I would want to team with you, Adam, but I've got a winning partner here. So, Karen.
Kind of weak smack talk there.
We're going
Go
to
a
make you
little
eat
better.
those words later. Trust me. Trust me.
Oh,
We're winning
oh,
this thing.
there we go.
We're winning this thing, baby. Let's go.
That's right.
I'm watching you.
Who better to get to deal with numbers than 2 wrestlers? Good
what?
idea,
That was personal.
Wizards. Great idea. Okay.
Y'all are idiots. That's what
not-
he's just saying. Come on now.
I take
Wait,
offense to that.
Who's the blocker?
You lose. Congratulations to this team. You are in my house now, Kenny.
Yes, sir.
Right. That's not all. These teams need your help. Please, would you like to go out the back? The 2 people who are going down here.
Yes.
Those who have been instructed previously. Karen, please. We'll see you in a
Gavin over here
second.
taking notes.
Adam. Oh, that's so
Like,
mysterious.
dude.
Where are
Got
they
this,
going,
we got
I hear you say?
Let's do it.
Woo!
All right, so should we discuss strategy?
Kenny.
Kenny,
where
the hell are you
going? Look at Gavin. He has no idea what to do.
You have to stay out there.
What the hell is going on?
We got this.
I'm staying in my
box. We have
box.
such a short time for this game. You're wasting so much of it.
I'm taking the piss. I'm sorry.
I respect you so much, but you are ruining this for me. Honestly, no, Kenny, I've told everyone that I'm doing this, and I need to look professional.
It's even worse when I wrestle, trust me.
Okay, well, I respect you, but just not now.
You got it.
Okay, well,
I'm
it's
so
going
bad at
so
slamming
well,
you
Ben.
later
It's going
in the hotel
so
room.
well.
What?
Chaos, am I right?
We love chaos.
Okay, we need your help. Okay, everyone here is Team J.
Blue mages.
Everyone here is Team
Nobody likes
Chandra.
Jace anymore.
Chandra.
There you go.
Everyone in the
Nobody
middle
cares
is
about
Switzerland.
Jace. Come on.
I feel kind of hurt, man.
Find
Chandra
yourself.
got
I
more
can't
love
be
than
bothered to
Jace.
choose somewhere down there. Choose what you want.
They should have
I don't
picked
know.
Garrett.
This room isn't divided in the way that we hoped for this particular game.
It wasn't Oko,
Right.
so no one was awake.
Let's play this sweet game.
But of course, we're going to need some, maybe cute companions or something like that.
Yes, we
hang
are.
out with our team members. Maybe they'd like to meet them.
Yes, do you want to see them?
Do you like something cute, something adorable?
You want to see some cute things on the screen?
Nice.
I mean, come on.
Look at those guys. Come on.
Oh, they better make
Something
cards
for
with those
Team Jace and
treatments.
Team Chandra, you
I'm
know?
logging into Arena
It's
right
so
now.
cute. I've lost all of my cards and I have no idea what's going. So we are
Like
literally
this
going
better
at this
be
blind,
like
everyone.
special art version, some sort of
Our little Jason Chandra
special
Chocobo
card with
are
that
brand
art.
new, worked in collaboration
Chocobo
with Square Enix for
reimagined.
this
I love
release.
it.
Yep.
They'll be on Magic the Gathering
What,
Arena
chibi
as well as
chocobos?
pets, so
Hell
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Chibi
That is
Chocobos.
so cute, aren't they? Offensively cute. Okay, some of the numbers is a very simple game now that I've found the cards and I
Offensively
can display it
cute.
myself.
You got that.
Each
That was
question
great.
is about Magic and Final Fantasy. What a surprise. Every answer is a number. But we want you to help our teams. So joining Karen and Adam to
Oh,
make your
gosh.
guesses. If you'd like to take part,
Okay, we
please,
now know
with
what took an
some
hour of
decorum,
this presentation.
Line up either side behind our guests.
This is a very complex game.
Okay?
Yes.
dude.
Come on, Team Jace.
It's
Good
like
work,
Don't
Brave
be
Soul.
shy.
halftime
There's
at
the
a-
correct side.
it's like
to
halftime
be
at the
on.
Super Bowl. I just want it to be over.
Everyone
Once I
this
ask-
way.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Look, so does Gavin.
Once
Look
I
at him.
ask this, I
Look
will
at
ask
Gavin.
you a question.
He's just like, what?
Three of you
What
will
the
give
hell's
your
going on?
answers
No, Gavin's
to our
just feeling
lovely teams
uncomfortable
down
because he
here.
doesn't have his
You will
pastels
then
on,
lock
dude.
in your answers, write them down here, and then we will come
saying.
Gavin's
to the
saying,
numbers
"What am I
master
doing here?"
himself, who will give us
Yeah.
the correct answer.
That's right. They got an English major to do the numbers, so I'm doing what I can here, okay?
As you can see,
It's like
this has
4
already gone
years of
completely off
developing
the
this
rails,
set
but
to
there
get
is
trolled
one
in front of
rule,
everyone.
And the one rule, please,
Yeah.
is no phones, no way. Get your filthy hands off the internet, you dirty, dirty people. Okay.
So you want us
Here
to disconnect from the
is
stream?
our
Okay.
first
Yeah, right.
question. And I'm going to go
Everyone
to
stop watching the stream.
this team
Oh wait,
over
too
here.
late.
Yeah.
Team Jace.
Team Jace.
Wait, cheer for Team Jace.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
wanna
there we
hear.
go. They
All right,
finally
11
woke up.
people.
Here we go.
11 people.
Don't encourage them. Don't encourage
Team
them.
Chandra, you want to make some
I don't
noise?
like this
Let's
guy
go,
anymore.
Team Jace, you want to make some noise? Okay, question one. Question one.
I like
You
that
get
guy
to
in the
answer soon,
front.
don't
He's
worry.
just like,
Thank you,
nah.
thank
Get your
About
guesses in.
time.
Black mages have been a recurring element in Final Fantasy ever since the very first game. But in Magic the Gathering, how many black cards have the word mage in their name?
Me.
Yeah, so we're looking for numbers.
So, would you like
He
to come
said
forward and
in
make your
their
guesses,
name.
please? Team Jace.
In their
So
name.
your name, where you're from,
I'm
and
gonna
what your
guess
answer is.
5.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm from Washington, D.C., and I'm going to go with, let's go with like 20.
20. Okay. Okay.
That feels
Good guess.
safe. I like that.
Thank you so much. What's the next one? What's your guess?
Name, where you're from, what your answer is.
Patrick from Massachusetts. I'm going to say 11.
Lovely.
11. Beautiful. And name
Anyone
where
on
you're
the
from,
panel here
nice
got a
t-shirt,
number
what your
guess?
answer is.
My name is Phil. I'm from Portland, Maine. I think
Get
it's
some, bro.
about 30.
Great. Okay, you're going to lock one of those answers in.
Ooh.
Do it. And whilst you're doing that, team over here, Karen, let's go.
All right. Come on up. Okay. What is your name and where are you from?
I'm Ryan from Massachusetts.
And I've never seen a girl before.
Okay, what's your guess?
I have
You
no
smell
idea, but
good.
I'm just gonna go with 25.
Yeah.
All right, that's safe. We like
I'm
that.
outta here.
25. All right. You can sit
I got-
up here.
I got-
Guys are cooked. I'm
Maybe just
liking this
Pull up my
already.
sweatpants.
Okay, next one. Let's go.
All right. What is your name and where are you from?
My name is David. I'm from Massachusetts.
Yes.
I'm going to guess 16.
Lovely. Great
Love
number.
that.
I love that number.
Love that.
Thank you.
No
Anyone
comment.
else? If you guys just keep saying 16, you automatically win. Okay. Next one.
All right, are you ready? Yes, I am. Okay, what is your name and where are you from?
William from New York City.
Yeah.
I am.
I dig
I'm
it.
gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna say 45.
Whoa.
Now we're talking.
Okay, guys.
Whoa.
One of those
Okay.
answers in. Do you remember any of those numbers, Kenny?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that is
I know
kinda
exactly.
high.
Yeah,
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
You remember
I-
those
I-
numbers?
I-
can't
Okay,
name a
already
single-
in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I can't
Okay,
name a
great. I
single
would love
black
us to
maid.
reveal your answers.
Liliana Deathmage.
Now.
I can
No, yeah.
Do it now, please. Yeah, do it now if you want.
Okay,
you know what?
she
No,
was
do
still
it after
writing.
the
I
show.
don't want him to
Do it
see my-
after the show.
I went with 20. Right in the middle.
45. Let's go.
Okay, here
so
we
many.
Go
so
big or
many
go
names.
home.
All right, well, the
No,
correct
get
answer,
outta
everybody, is 43.
Damn.
Wow.
Team Chandra.
Crazy.
Let's go.
Don't
That
worry,
was
don't worry,
awesome.
don't worry.
That was awesome, guys.
We're on a tight schedule here, and all people really want to do is
Good
see
one,
cards,
Kenny.
and they're caught in a chaotic game
Thank
right
you.
now. But that's okay. We're going. Question 2. It's really simple.
But
Let's
that's
make this a little
okay.
bit quicker. If you can say your
It's
name
really
even
not.
fast, where you're from,
Stop
even
her.
fast, and then the number, as if we can't almost hear it.
This
It's
guy's
so
a good
fast.
host.
Number 2. Let's go. There are presently 16. That's right. Mainline games in the Final Fantasy RPG series. How
Check
many
1, 2.
creatures in Magic the Gathering have a
Checking.
combined
I hear
power
ya.
and toughness of 16?
Okay, name where you're from and what your answer is.
Richard from Massachusetts, and I'm going to say 27.
27.
I'm
27.
gonna
Name
go
where
much
you're from.
higher.
What's your answer?
Hey, I'm Matthew from Lowell, Massachusetts.
What are they looking for
and
again?
I'm going to say
Combined
15.
power toughness of 16.
Name where you're
Oh.
from. What your answer is?
Craig, Groveland, Massachusetts, and 41.
Good guesses.
There you go.
Good guesses.
Wonderful. Here we go.
Talia, if
I'm
you
gonna
look
say
at it,
Congratulations. Get those
75.
locked in. Team over
Okay.
here.
Thank you.
We need some low
Let's go
numbers,
32.
guys.
Come on
I was
up.
going to go
Okay.
50.
What is your name and where are you from?
Jeff from Boston, and I'm gonna go 1.
You know it, Jeff.
Oh.
You know it.
Okay,
What?
thank you.
It's the
This isn't the Price is Right,
I
homie.
love the cats.
All right.
Are you?
I like him
And
too.
then
to go with 120.
I like him too, buddy.
the Colossus,
There we
right?
go.
The Colossus is an 8-8.
I'm gonna go for 7.
Okay.
Lucky number 7. Lucky
Lovely.
number 7.
Guys, he likes cats.
Holy crap, we found Waldo. Look.
What can I say?
Give it up for the cats.
Guys,
Wow.
done.
He's with himself.
There he is. There's Waldo.
Come on up.
Oh my God.
Where?
Hi, my name's TJ.
Right.
Fox. I'm from Massachusetts.
Where are you?
Massachusetts.
Where are you?
Massachusetts.
All right, go for it, buddy.
Massachusetts.
I'm gonna go 22.
Ooh.
22.
Okay, guys, got to lock
Thank you
those
so
in.
much.
Okay, a
Remember,
lot of
when you
low
come up
answers
here,
on
you're
that
not
one.
representing
Nah, I'm
yourself,
going 75.
You're representing
I think there's
thousands of people.
ton of them.
Please genuinely feel the pressure. Everyone cares. Okay? Great. Let's lock
Everyone
the answers in. Let's see
cares.
what you've gone for. Team Jace.
I went with the lowest, 15.
That wasn't the lowest.
Hey.
Well,
It's
lowest
great
on
to
your
know that your
side, I
team
guess.
have no confidence in you.
No confidence.
Okay, let's go.
All
Team
right, I'll just
Chandra.
take the points now at 7. The number is low. The number is low. I know it is.
Yep.
Both great numbers, both great
I
Final
totally
Fantasy
disagree.
games. But the correct answer is 85.
Ah, you were 75, yeah.
Oh,
That's going to be a point for Team Jace. Score is 1-1. 1-1, everybody.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure, I'm afraid.
Can we check that again?
Nope.
Okay. Maybe next time.
I make the cards, buddy. My rules.
Okay,
All
yeah.
right.
Much,
Yeah.
maybe next time. Yeah. Much like the much beloved Final Fantasy series, this is truly gripping stuff. Here we go. Question number 3, launched in 1993. Magic the Gathering.
This is
was
the
one of
going
the
fishing
32
portion of
years
the
trading
game.
card gaming with its collaboration with Final Fantasy. In December of 2025, Final Fantasy will have been a gaming franchise for how many years?
Oh, 30.
Number for years. Interesting.
Name where you're from
I'm
and
gonna
what
go
your answer is.
40.
If you want to come up here.
You guys better get this.
Fellows, how many years are they? My name's Alan. I'm from Massachusetts, and I believe it should be around 28.
Okay.
28?
What?
28?
No, we're not. We're
Name
not.
where you're from, what's your
early
answer is?
2000s.
I'm Issa. I'm from Kuwait, and honestly, I don't know.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
I don't know. I'm really just here for the thrill of it, really.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Me too,
I
buddy.
don't-
Say a
I'm
number,
gonna say I
dude,
don't
move
know.
on. That's a great number.
Yeah,
Put
but
that
shout out
down.
Ben Starr. We love you.
Thank
You're
you.
the best. Final Fantasy 16 is the best Final Fantasy, by the way.
And celebrate me by giving us a number.
16.
16. There you
16.
go, baby.
There it is.
Oh, dang. I like it.
And name where you're from, what your answer is.
My name is Matt. I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm going to guess 40.
40.
There you go.
40.
Like I said,
40.
good guesses.
Go.
Yeah.
Good guesses. Thank you
Yeah, it's
so
like-
much. We'll lock one of those answers
might
in.
even
Here
be
we
older.
go.
All
Team
right,
Chandra.
Team Red,
I
let's
think
go.
it was in '88.
Name,
they
where
started.
you from? What's your guess?
Hi, my name is Tim. I'm from Bethel, Connecticut, and I am going to guess 39 specifically.
Okay, I'm back. I had to get
I
some
like
water.
Name where you're from and what's your guess?
I'm Matthew from Florida, and I'm going to say 34.
Ooh.
Okay.
He's
Hi,
a contender.
Come on up. Where are you from
That would
and what's
make
your
it
name?
1989.
And what
What's
is your
the number?
guess?
Pretty sure it was earlier
Hi
than that.
everyone, I'm Michelle. I'm from Massachusetts. Woo! And my guess is 36.
A lot of 30s. A lot of 30s.
Lock
Thank
one
you
of those,
so much.
Lock one of those answers in, please.
All right, Kenny.
36 might be right.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Okay. Please reveal your answer.
Sticking with 40.
All right, we went with 40.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
Oh, wow. So I had to take the answer that was closest to that, so 39.
39.
All right,
Well-
it's going to be a close one.
I've got some great news for one of you. The correct answer is.
I had no choice.
38.
Which is why I picked
Dang.
it. That's why I picked it.
Yes.
That's why I did it.
A true
And I'll do it
genius.
again.
A true genius at work. That's now 2 points for Chandra.
Stop yelling at the lady.
Coming down to the wire here.
Here we go.
Calm down there, guy.
Question
Oh,
number
no.
4.
End.
Chocobos are the beloved bird character of Final Fantasy, but Magic has its fair share of birds as well. How many bird creatures have been printed in Magic?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, name
I'm
where you're from,
gonna
what
say
your answer is.
215.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nick. I'm from Massachusetts.
Yes.
And my answer
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna
22.
agree.
22.
22.
Nice.
22.
I'm
That
going to
was
say
just
about
amazing.
Where you're from, what's your answer?
My
269.
name's Ryan. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm going to guess
426.
69.
Oh, there he goes.
There we go.
29. Yes.
Don't share that. Do not
Name
share
where you're
that.
from, what your answer
No,
is.
no.
I'm May from Montreal. I like going extra 155.
155.
Atta
Good
girl.
guesses.
Slow it
Good
down.
guesses.
Wonderful. Lock one of those answers in, and we'll move over here to Team Chandra. Let's go, Karen.
All right. Name where you're from and your guess?
My name's Noah. I'm from Connecticut. I'm going to go with 123.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Good
yeah,
answer.
yeah.
Good answer.
What's your name?
I'm liking it.
My name's Joel. I'm from Massachusetts, and my guess is 132.
132. Come on up. Okay. Name where you're from and the number?
Jim, Arlington, Massachusetts, 170.
Okay, awesome. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
I think
Okay,
they're all
everyone,
low.
let's
I'll be
reveal
surprised if
our
not.
numbers, please.
Okay, I went with 55.
I'll go with
but
209.
I don't know. I feel like it might be more.
I said 215.
Oh, you said 215?
Like, clearly.
So you've gone with 170.
gift wrapping
Please,
points.
Gavin, reveal the number.
Well, you know I'm a bird fan. You got Avon, you got Bloomberg birds, you got all these other birds, and the right answer is 403.
Oh, shit. We were all up.
No.
On Team
Wow.
Chandra.
Yeah.
I knew it was a lot.
Right.
Listen, I do want to take a moment because actually, Adam, this is embarrassing for you.
I don't know
Like,
what to
wasn't
say.
Onslaught
Is there
a
anything
massive
you want to
bird
say to
set?
your team to kind of
Yes,
like perk
the
them up,
entire
maybe get their
block.
ideas going?
Onslaught.
This is
And,
all being done on purpose because
Scourge,
we're about to have a comeback
Torment.
of the century. Mark my
I
words.
don't think
Mark
so.
my
I
words.
don't think so.
Well, I think this whole battle
It's the first
I
four points, is it not?
can't
It
even
is the
say it.
first one, so
Fanatic.
you're
You're
not doing
Fanatic.
great. You are on life support.
You know, because Red Rush beats Blue,
I
right?
do respect you more than Kenny, but this is truly
Yeah,
bad.
because there's no counter spells in
Hey,
this.
hey.
I don't, Kenny, I like you way more. Okay, let's go. Question number 5. One class in Final Fantasy is
God.
the White Mage. In Magic the Gathering, a White Mage is a player who casts spells using white mana. How many cards, wow, this is interesting. How many cards that include
Casey.
white mana have been printed in Magic?
Are you kidding me?
Mini, right?
Okay. Name
Um,
where you're from. And what's your
I'm
answer.
just going to give you a ball.
79,000.
Go high.
No, there's like 35,000 unique printed
All the
cards.
thousands.
Dylan, I'm from Rhode
It's
Island.
got to be like at least.
I don't know.
So how many
Let's go
unique
with
white
say
cards?
15,000.
1,307.
No,
Okay.
with white mana. That includes multicolored cards. It's going to be. It's
All
gonna
right.
be
Name where you're from. What your
15,000.
answer is?
Anthony, Buffalo, New York, and I'm gonna go with 2,512.
Beautiful.
Dude, these
High
people
numbers.
are all
High
stupid.
numbers. Good stuff. All right. Name where you're from. What your answer is?
Let's say I'm gonna say 13,000.
10,849.
Okay, closer.
Nice
Solid.
and high. Beautiful.
There we go.
Okay, let's move over. Karen, let's go.
All right. What's your name, where you're from, and your guess?
Jeff, New Jersey. 26,800.
Now, there's only like 30,000 cards in Magic, bro.
Aiming big.
I thought there was 80.
Thank you.
No.
All right. Oh, I love this. I love this. Okay, what is your name? What is your guess? Where are you from?
Do you want that in that order?
Yes.
Donnie
My
Darko
name
did
is
it better.
Ian.
That's
The
all I
guess
gotta
is
say.
10,850, and I'm from Massachusetts.
Thank you.
Right, Robert?
What's
All
that?
right, come on
I
up.
said Donnie
What's your
Darko
name,
did
where
it
you're
better.
from, and what's your guess?
No doubt.
My name is Tommy. I'm from New Hampshire, and I'm going to go with
Oh, that's a dude.
Yeah, that's a
1,222.
sort of.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Here we go.
If
lock
I
in
had
your
to
answers,
hazard a
please.
guess,
All right.
50%.
I feel like
We
this
need
could be for the game.
We need
If
this.
Chandra gets a point here, they will win.
This.
What?
Lot riding on this.
Come back in the century.
Okay.
Come back in the
I
century.
heard
Just
that
wait.
number
Just wait.
around unique printings.
The great
Yeah,
thing
no,
is you
you're
definitely
right.
remember
Unique
all
cards
those
by
high
name
numbers,
and rules
right?
is closer to 22,000,
Excellent.
23,000.
So, reveal your answers.
Okay, we went with 5,307. Woo!
Poor Talia.
Kenny, this could be for the win. Let's go.
Yeah.
That feels good.
10,850.
Yeah, closer. That's a win.
The number is going to be astronomical.
Well, the correct answer. I have everyone listening to me now. Awesome. The correct answer is 6,143.
What?
Point over for Team Jace. Jace on the board.
I think they need to read.
Jace on the board.
Come back to the
Investigate
century. Here it is.
All right,
Okay, everyone,
3-2.
we're going to have to speed through this. You've got this. It's really, really close. You can see the numbers right now. It's 3-2. It's getting closer than we thought. Question 6. The Buster Sword is one of the most well-known weapons in Final Fantasy. In Magic, how many cards have either the word Buster or the word sword in their card name?
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. So name where you're from. Your answer.
There's not a lot of them with Buster.
I am from Pennsylvania. I'm actually also from Philly.
Hey, no, I'm just
I
kidding.
like a lot of
But
numbers, so the number
I'm
I'll
gonna
give
say
is probably I would say
100 because sword is
105.
pretty common.
I love that. Thank you.
Name where you're from. Your answer.
Hi, my name is Adam. I'm also from Philly as well.
No 100 probably.
And the number I'm going to say is 255.
Good.
255.
All right, my friend. Name where you're from. What's your answer is?
My
name's Brian Moses. Jesus Christ, those are some bright-ass lights. My name's Brian Moses, and I'm from right here in Massachusetts. Make some noise. And my guess is going to be 285.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, Kenny, let's go.
Is he wearing a MetaZoo
All
shirt?
right, what's your name, where you're from, and what's your guess?
He's the fan.
Z, I'm from Connecticut, and my guess is 348.
348.
What was the question?
Number of swords
Name where you're
and
from and
Buster
number?
in the card name.
My name is Mallory. I'm from Albany, New York, and I'm going to say 350.
Ooh.
right.
Here we go.
Hello, you look lovely. This is awesome.
It's
name
Yuna.
Where you're from, and what is the number?
Okay, I'm Meg. I'm from Boston, and my guess is 750.
Wow.
All right.
Okay, quickly lock those
I
in
hope
because
you
we
got
don't
it.
have
Shut
much
up,
time.
Meg.
Lock those numbers in.
We don't have a lot of time. You just wasted half the show.
Okay.
We went with 255.
I had
Team
to go with
Chandra.
our lowest number, so it's 348.
Wow. Okay.
This is it, y'all.
All right, well, the correct answer, I'm afraid, is 72, which means that Jace gets a point. We are tied up.
Nice.
3-3. All right.
Oh crap! That means this is going to keep going.
Yeah, overtime.
Okay, this is it, guys. This
Well,
is
this is
crunch
the
time.
1 hour
It's 3
of it,
all,
right? I
first to
told you
fall.
guys.
Make this happen. Hey,
Wow.
Oh man, MTG North is doing
what
their
you've given me to work with?
their pack stream right now.
I picked this because you made me. We have to win, guys. Come on.
Let's go.
You mean I'm here instead of doing that?
Come back of the century, everybody. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Come on. Chandra.
Chandra. Chandra. Chandra. Chandra. Chandra. Chandra. Chandra. Chandra. Chandra.
Hey. Go.
This is what you're fighting for. Something incredibly superficial.
Our pride.
The knowledge that where you sat today, for some reason, makes you better than everyone else.
That's right.
Wait, super means it's a good thing, right?
Yeah, great thing, Kenny.
There we
great
go. We're
thing.
superficial, guys.
Okay. Last question. It's incredibly important.
You said
this
super?
is for bragging rights and for
That's
just
right.
being cooler than the other half of the room for some reason.
Yep.
Our panel today features 4 members of the Wizards of the Coast design team. Final Fantasy VI holds the record for a mainline Final Fantasy game with the most playable characters. But exactly how many main playable characters does Final Fantasy VI have in total?
Oh jeez.
All right, here we go.
It's been too
Name.
long
From
since I
your answer?
played that.
Drew from Detroit, Michigan, and I'm going with 15.
15.
And you know what? Wait. Gonna go over here for the next one.
Ooh, okay. All
Back
right.
and forth.
Are you ready? Okay, name where
Going
you
back
from
and
and
forth,
what is
huh?
the
Doing
number?
that stuff again.
I'm Matthew from Massachusetts, and I'm gonna say 16.
16.
Back over here.
Brad.
All right, name where you're from, your answer.
Yeah, yo. Don't use this to get brownie points of the host. Just say the right answer. We gotta win.
I'm Jack from New York. I'm gonna go with 23.
This freaking gay.
23.
23.
Back over here.
All right, hello. You know the drill.
Ace from Brooklyn, and I think.
You say his name is AIDS?
Thank you so much. 21.
All right, name where you're from, your answer.
Hi, my name is Justin. I'm from Nxla, New
AIDS
York,
with a C?
and my number
All right.
is 20.
20.
Okay.
There we go.
Remember, guys, it's Final Fantasy VI.
Wow,
It's actually not
6?
that hard.
Ooh, shots fired. All right, name where you're from and what is the number?
I'm Mike from Springfield, and the number is 14.
You knew it. I mean,
Definitive. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, you got to lock in one of those
That's it, bruh.
answers, right?
Yo. You done.
That dude doesn't have to do dishes at
watched.
home. You can tell.
All right. It's for all the bragging rights. You'll feel good all Saturday. Are you excited to find out your champions?
No,
Here we go.
Let's
Go,
go.
Kenny.
6, 5, wait. Tell.
Here we go. Right. Okay.
Okay.
What have you put?
Oh my gosh. We've been with 15.
You
I
put
was getting all
15.
kinds of answers. I hope this is right.
Team Chantra, what have you put?
I'm just not sure, so I guess I'll just give you guys the right answer at 14.
Please put us out of our misery. What is it?
We've got 15 on this side, 14 on this side, and the correct answer is
it just
14.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Thank you.
We can't wait.
Put it up.
Oh, dead Jace.
Good job.
Congratulations
Good job.
to our winners.
Chandra.
Commiserations to our losers. Thank you so much for every single person who came up. I know it's quite daunting. The lights are incredibly bright. And
I
believe
wish
me,
we had
I
a
know what the
timer
right
because
light
I think
feels
that
like.
was an hour.
I just want to thank
Yeah,
my
let's get-
opponent. It was a great match.
Let's just say it's time I can't get back.
Yes.
All right. I'll
just kidding.
see you on
No,
the rink.
I'm
for
just
that
kidding.
one.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Hey, what's up, Heavy Metal? K-Taker. Oh. Talia
We
got
got
On
drama.
that note, thank you so much to our incredible guests. Talia, Kenny, Karen, and
I
Adam.
like how he kicks the chair as like a prop. Wrestling prop. So stupid.
And also to you, thank you so much for participating in this very, very silly game. I promise we will get back to the serious thing of looking at cards. But I believe, are we throwing some booster packs out into the audience right now? There you
Here's
go.
the
I
jump
can see
start.
some things being thrown around the audience right now. I hope they're booster
Here's some
packs.
Brothers War jump start for
Please
you.
stay in your seats. You will get them if you want.
If you want.
Oh.
No, they're those mini packs from.
Who doesn't want a
Oh, yeah.
Aftermath.
I want a booster
They're
pack.
Aftermath packs.
Here's some
love it.
fallen
I love it.
empires.
So much excitement.
Bro, I'd be stoked.
No, even worse. It's just the basic land packs from the bundles.
Okay. Everyone.
They're even worse. They're
Please
eBay
settle
repacks.
down, settle down.
eBay
I did ask
repacks,
myself
the
before I
30-cent
came
ones.
out, is everyone in the audience feral? And you have just answered that question for me.
Holy crap, they really
So
need to get on
thank
with
you
it.
so much. And thank you for being very, very silly. I think we need to get back to a little bit of decorum.
Yeah,
so
that
please,
took an hour.
thank you to our guests. Thank you to you. Let's bring our panelists back onto the stage. Gavin, Zakil, Dylan, Daniel, let's rejoin.
Right, now that
Gavin
they've
didn't
had-
go anywhere. You don't have to yell at him.
No,
Right.
you have to yell
Poor
directly
Gavin.
into his ear.
He was already forgotten about. He's standing right by the
Who
guy.
wants to see some magic cards?
Everyone's out of place because we don't have Blake, Robert.
I know.
Okay.
I feel out of
That
place.
was
I'm gonna
incredibly
message
well
Blake
planned.
right now. Where the hell are you?
Let's go.
Where are you, Blake? God.
I want everyone to settle down, and I
Yeah,
recognize that we
potentially
can't
the biggest
really
magic set of
jump
all
back
time. And there's no
immediately
Morrow and there's no
into
Blake.
Final Fantasy VII. I think we need to jump into something
Still, everyone's
a little
less than
fun.
Blake, dude.
I think
Come
we
on.
need to jump into something, dare I say, a little cute. Let's watch
Let's go with Chocobos.
Moogles or Chocobos? Which one is it?
Moogles. They're on the farm. No, that's a Chocobo. Chocobos, baby. Solved it.
Oh, shit.
There we go.
They're steal-
Now we're
they're
high.
stealing your-
Let's
they're stealing your
go.
cards. What?
What happened?
DJ left. He banned
Oh, my.
Oh.
Had one job. Oh my god, it's a serialized Chocobo!
What?
Oh, no shit. Oh, let's go. We missed it.
Only an English collector boost.
Serialized golden Chocobos. Nice.
Wow, that's Quasi.
Quasi.
That's not in the cards. I just said that myself. Okay, Zakil, talk us through this.
Oh man, I love Chocobos.
DJ's just like, we're
right
closing
here
the
is
stream
our
down.
flagship Chocobo at
Oh,
Mythic
shit.
in Traveling Chocobo. It is a 3-mana 3/2 that allows you to look at the top card of your library,
Whoa.
as well as cast
Okay.
and play birds and lands from the top.
Wow.
Earlier, we showed you Bart's and
It's
Bobo,
Mythic, so,
who
yeah.
interacts within the bird
Wow.
archetype within the set.
Landfall,
That card enters the
baby.
battlefield
Let's
and,
go.
deals damage
Oh, it's not just
control.
Landfall.
Deals
It's
damage,
like Prophet
birdfall.
of Truth.
This
It's
card
as
also
close as you're gonna
doubles
get.
those
There we
triggers.
go.
Landfall and
And we knew
birdfall.
that Chocobos are such an important part of the Final
Oh, look,
Fantasy franchise that we
multicolored
had to do something
Chocobos.
really special. So enter our colorful Chocobos. Here are 4 of them in neon ink, in yellow, pink, green, and blue. These are found in all language collector boosters. And during development, as we were putting this together, we worked very closely with Final Fantasy VII creative director Tetsuya Nomura, who really loved the idea. One of his producers during development told us that his favorite Chocobo from the original Final Fantasy VII was the black Chocobo named Teo because he was the fastest one in the original minigame, and it held a very special place in his heart. So kind of we built this last card in kind of as a secret in the background and surprised
yellow's not white,
Tetsuya
but
Nomura.
it's green, so
So
there's
that
two
card is exclusively found printed in
Seven-
Japanese and
oh,
available
X
in
of
all language collector
77 for
boosters
the
and lots of
Chocobos?
backstory
Holy
for him.
crap.
And then the lone serialized card in Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy is the Golden Chocobo. This card is only
Dude,
available
the
in
golden
English collector
ticket from
boosters
Charlie
and
and the
is
Chocolate
serialized out of
Factory. Yeah.
77 for
Yo.
Final Fantasy VII.
Bro.
Yeah.
And there's
that's,
only
pretty
77
cool.
for Final Fantasy VII.
Give it a round of applause
Okay.
for Chocobos.
So DJ, I want the extra collector booster if you can, or collector box if you can get it.
Yeah.
I'll spend you the
Okay.
money.
Now we move
Holy
on
shit.
to a little bijou
We'll
game.
we'll
in
worry about that
Final
when it comes
Fantasy
closer to.
VII.
We have the flash sale next week, I think.
Never heard of it.
Did I not
It
see
really
a white
is an amazing
chocobo?
video game, and it has a huge
Yeah, there was,
reputation.
but it wasn't.
Dylan,
It was
this game
the same
is
card, just different artwork.
So huge, in
Yeah.
fact, that on the original release for PlayStation, it came in 3 discs. If you were an old school gamer, if you were there back in the day, you knew you were in for a wild time when your game came in multiple discs, especially for an RPG. So, walk with me. Final Fantasy VII follows the story of Cloud Strife, ex-soldier and current mercenary, as he winds up in this broiling conflict between the Shinra Electric Company and the anti-Shinra resistance group, Avalanche. Cloud's adventure begins in Midgar, of course, the city of Mako, and this world that we're introduced to is inspired by these science fantasy aesthetics and these kind of cyberpunk-inspired themes. And the first disc is just about this amazing adventure that brings together the core cast of characters like Barrett, Tifa, Aerith, Red 13, as they battle against Shinra and ultimately learn of a deadlier threat looming on the horizon, Sephiroth.
Dude, they better bring in Limit Break. That's all I gotta say.
Heck yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, right? None of the cards we've seen spoiled have Limit Break?
Nope.
Please insert.
That would be a huge miss if they don't bring it in.
Disc 2 launches us into the open world, traveling across the lands, battling monsters, riding chocobo, collecting materia, and visiting many iconic locations like the Gold Saucer and Cosmo Canyon. And we get to meet more allies like Kate Sith and Sid Highwind. And if you're going for the full experience in the original release, you spend a lot of time recruiting Yuffie and Vincent. The stakes become higher. We learn more about the ancients and Genova, Sephiroth's master
I spent
plan,
a lot more time
and
raising
Cloud's
chocobos.
increasingly mysterious
Yes.
backstory.
That was days of my life. Months.
Please insert.
Oh, okay. We want to do disc 3. So finally, in the ultimate finale, we hit the major climax, plot twists, shocking character deaths, cataclysmic boss battles, and a final gauntlet against Genova and Sephiroth to save the world.
Heavy Metal,
Taking you
get in
on
our
this
Discord,
extended and
bud.
somewhat
We
silly
have the
journey
flash
just to kind
sale,
of
and
remind all of us
I am
how
working with
much
multiple
content
sellers.
we needed
so.
to fit into the set just from Final Fantasy VII.
So, there are obviously some amazing cards. Let's get to it. Gavin, let's show us one.
Yes,
All
please.
right, well, we have to have the characters for Final Fantasy VII, of course. So how about Cloud? We knew we had to do Cloud. Obviously, we're going to do Cloud, but what was Cloud going to do? How are we going to make him a card that was worthy of the Cloud mantle? Well, the first thing Cloud does when he comes into play is go and find an equipment. Of course, he's got to find his sword. That's critical. Now, if
No,
you
he
are a
finds the
long-time
hammer of
Magic
Nazan.
player, you might know about a card called Stoneforge Mystic. Very powerful magic.
Here you go,
card.
Heavy Metal.
Cloud is a little bit reminiscent of that.
Either that or
letting you any
Swiftfoot
equipment
boots.
you want. It also doubles all the abilities conferred by that equipment. So you put, say, an old school Sword of Fire and Ice or Sword of Feast and Famine on him.
Yeah.
Boom, you're doubling up all those triggers. So there's a lot of really powerful stuff you can do with Cloud. This card is incredible and
Yeah, both
worthy
treatments
of being
are
Cloud.
awesome.
Oh, the Buster Sword.
Now you might be wondering, what is Cloud going to be going to find?
It's going to be a 7/7
Stuff
sword.
might you want to find with Cloud? Well, there's a card in the set called Buster Sword. That's some pretty good news, right? Would you all like to see the Buster Sword?
Well, too bad. We're not going to show it to you.
Well, I'm not going to show it to you.
I knew it.
Nice.
You can stay tuned to find out what the Buster Sword does in the days to come, but I can tell you that it's 3 mana, curves right off of a Cloud, and it's pretty good on Cloud himself.
Ha ha ha.
Not showing
Curves
it
off
to
the
us, but
cloud.
literally the
Ha ha.
definition of a double-edged sword. Zakeel.
So double trigger, double strike.
Our
Wow.
next card, in my
Right.
opinion, is one of the most iconic characters in video game history. He has brought excitement, joy, and terror to millions of fans around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and a privilege to introduce to you, illustrated by none other than Tetsuya Nomura, Sephiroth.
There it is.
That better be a
So
Sephiroth
Stephanie
right there.
mentioned earlier that there were 9 artists from Square Enix who created illustrations exclusively for this project. One of those artists, of course, was Tetsuya Nomura. They all had the choice to pick any character from the Final Fantasy series that they wanted to illustrate, and we would make sure that they had a card. One of Nomura's missions when he drew this illustration was to really narrate the progression that the character has in his multiple different forms. So if we look on the left at the bottom, you have Child Sephiroth that was introduced in Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, who of course then grows up into Adult Sephiroth from the original game, who then transforms into his penultimate form in Bizarro Sephiroth, which then leads to the end-all, be-all, most powerful version in Safer Sephiroth. So, do you all want to see his card?
Let's see.
So let's check out Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier. He's a 3-mana 3/3. Whenever he enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw a card. Then, whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And if this is the 4th time this ability is triggered, transform Sephiroth into Sephiroth.
Another blood artist.
5/5 legendary creature, Angel Nightmare, with flying and the ability Supernova. As this creature transforms,
so you get an emblem from a
with the same ability from the front side.
Oh,
and it's capped off with whenever Sephiroth attacks, you may sacrifice any number of other creatures. If you do, draw that many cards. This is the 2nd ever creature in Magic the Gathering to produce an emblem. This is the card that I think went through the most design iterations. It felt like we had a new build of Sephiroth every single month within development because we wanted to make sure his card was special and he would have a grand entrance into
Feels
Magic
weak
the
at a
Gathering.
3/3 for 3.
Amazing. Okay, let's move on. So many amazing characters in Final Fantasy VII. Here's one.
Good
Dylan.
Aerith.
We're going to talk about the story of Sephiroth and Cloud. Of course, we're going to talk about Aerith herself.
Cool.
So
I'm
here we
glad
can
they didn't
see
give her a
Aerith is
super
the white
long
mage,
face.
the healer of the party. She's here to protect you. She's here to heal you. And she has a 3rd ability that may or may not be related to a story beat. So if you're a fan, let us know if that happens to be relevant or not. I'm not sure myself.
Yeah. Spoiler alert on that card for some reason. Okay, let's moving on.
We see this beautiful version of the Flower Girl
Nice.
herself. But we're not just going to talk about Aerith today. We're also going to talk about Tifa.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So we see
Double
2
her
Tifas
power
here, and I
tool in
actually
this
see a
turn.
Tifa here in the front row. You look fantastic. The one on the left here is Tifa Lockhart. This is her main set card, and I just want to personally attest.
All right, I'm gonna do Tifa, Swiftfoot Boots, Scape
more
Shift.
games against this card. She is very, very powerful. But it's not the only Tifa that we have. Dan, you want to talk about the Commander version?
Right, you see that Chocobo symbol? That means we're talking about Commander. This is the secondary Commander for the Commander deck for Final Fantasy VII. This is Tifa. She has melee. I put that on pretty early on. You know, martial artist, she gets in there. But the second ability I was struggling with for a little bit of while. And then Dylan joined the game design team pretty late, and he's like, hey, what if you focused on this? So we leaned into that extra attack. That's what she does in the game. You're trying to get combos going. And so whenever you attack with melee, you get to power 7 or greater, which is the sub-theme of the deck. You get those extra combats. So as you guessed, there is a full Final Fantasy VII Commander deck led by none other than Cloud himself.
Don't sound too excited, bro.
Is an equipment deck with that sub-theme of power 7 or greater. So in this deck, you'll find every party member you come to expect.
Why are we spoiling
Maybe
cards
some
that have already been
villains in
spoiled?
here as well. And all
Right.
the iconic
No
equipment
doubt.
like a Buster Sword, Yuffie
Bro
Shuriken,
sounds like he needs his
Tifa's
Chantix.
boots, everything you'd
For the
expect.
people
to
not
find.
chronically
And then with
online.
that Cloud as the face commander.
Yeah.
He's tying everything together. He gets in there with that haste magic. He gets a free equipment. And then whenever he attacks, you draw a card for each attacking member of your team that is suited up. And then if his power is 7 or more, he gets paid as that mercenary to
Hey,
cast his
Daniel.
spells.
Incredible. Right.
Incredible.
Here we
Now
are.
show me Barrett with the guns
Finally,
and magic.
the game I've been waiting for, and hopefully all
no
of you
fair.
have. Final Fantasy
I've probably put
VIII.
more time in Final Fantasy VIII than any other.
Quite literally the game that changed my life, so this is a very emotional moment for me. Dylan, let's talk about this game.
There is so much to love and appreciate about Final Fantasy VIII. I'm so happy you all cheered so loud for this game. So Final Fantasy VIII kind of pushes what we understand fantasy to be as a genre, right? It really leans into a lot of esoteric ideas. If we all remember Squall dreaming of Laguna and events of the past, trying to figure out how to stop the future, and then ultimately we go up against Ultimisia, whose whole plan harkens back to Chaos from Final Fantasy I to compress time and space into one massive power source for her to become an ascendant being. This story explores depth upon layer of how we understand fantasy to be in a modernized setting. I see why you love it so much.
I do. Daniel, let's talk us through this card here.
When did they introduce Limit Break? Was it 7?
As Renoa once said, he's the best looking guy here. It's Squall.
Think so.
He's a bit of a lone wolf character, so that's what his abilities represent with that rough divide. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets double strike. Why is that important? The second ability, whenever he deals damage to a player, you get to return any non-land permanent with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. You got double strike, you're doing that twice. I think we have a booster fund version to show as well with that full art. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, with his gun sword.
And I did mention Renoa at the beginning as a kill. Maybe we should show her card?
Yeah. Here we have Renoa Heartlily. Look at that. Look at that.
There's a pupper.
Yeah, Renoa is a close friend of Squall, and mechanically is known for battling alongside her dog, Angelo. So it would only be right for her to have the ability Angelo Cannon in combat. When you attack, if you have a very large party, you get a buff.
Rebel Warlock. All right. Nemesis cards are finally going to go up in value. Holy crap.
We're going to be looking at
Lynn Stivvy has a purpose.
Enough with these heroes. Let's go on to the real hero of Final Fantasy VIII, and that is Ultimisia. We did something very special on this card. It's the first card in Magic's history to be an uncommon that takes an extra turn. So this is an incredibly powerful card for an uncommon. When she comes into play, she does a little surveilling, you know, fills up your graveyard a little bit. And then finally, when you have, interesting number, 8 cards in your graveyard and 8 mana, you can turn her over to Ultimisia Omnipotent, take another turn, and I'll tell you, 7/7 Menace plus another turn is a pretty easy way to close out a game. So yeah, take that, heroes, take that.
And to get yourself in a different bracket.
Do we have any triple triad fans? Yeah.
How many new mechanics have we already seen?
Would you like to see some triple triad
cards? At least 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked. They won't let me show them.
Oh boy.
Okay. But believe me, they're in there. So, moving on pretty swiftly, we're going to go on to a little game called Final Fantasy IX. Here's...
Oh, he had to look at the card to see if he was going to
tell
9.
us more.
That's right.
I'm so excited to
wow, they
introduce
kind of
my
glossed
personal
over
favorite
Final
of the
Fantasy
Final
VIII
Fantasy
there.
series,
She's
Final
had more
Fantasy
coffee, folks.
Final Fantasy IX was a fond farewell
They
to
still
the
don't want to
classic
focus
medieval
on her
fantasy
face.
setting. It paid homage to earlier games through its stylized
Friend
character
request.
designs and was full of references and features from past games. One of our core creative pillars in this partnership was artistic authenticity. We needed to preserve the stylized character designs while interpreting it through the lens of Magic so we could offer something fresh and exciting while staying true to the heart of Final Fantasy IX. The story follows Zidane as he teams up with the Princess of Alexandria, Garnet, to stop Queen Braun and her army of black mages. It balances charm and lovable characters with an emotional, often heart-wrenching story of self-discovery and acceptance. As a teenager, the themes were so memorable and spoke to my angsty younger self. I went as far as getting my hands on the piano collections and learned to play a few iconic pieces by heart. I fondly remember replaying my save file over and over again just to rewatch those incredible cutscenes. This game was incredibly resonant, and as with every game in the Final Fantasy series, it was important that we did Final Fantasy IX
Right before YouTube, when you could just look it up. I dig that though. Final Fantasy IX is awesome.
Some cards, Akil.
Yes.
Never played
First
it.
character we're going to look at is one of the antagonists from Final Fantasy IX, and that is Kuja Genome Sorcerer. Now, his illustration depicts a scene in which he is summoning an army of black mages against our heroes. He is also the head of the black-red archetype within the set that focuses on black mages, and he has 2 forms. At the end of each end step, he summons wizards to the battlefield, and once you have 4 more, he transforms into his more powerful version, Trance Kuja, that doubles the damage of all wizards to players or permanents you control. And check out that beautiful wizard token. Up next, we have a card for the Magic fans. We haven't shown any Final Fantasy Through the Ages bonus sheet cards,
Ragavan.
Check out this card reprint of Ragavan, Nimble Pilferer as Zidane Tribal.
Right, because he's
Gavin,
he's
who else
monkey
from Final Fantasy
tail.
IX
He's a
is in this set?
thief.
Well,
that
as a huge
actually
Nine fan,
checks
I'm really
out.
happy
Holy
to show
crap!
That's the reaction I was hoping for. Here's Vivi. All right, so a little bit of black mages going on.
I'm
right
like
here.
old
It's all
school.
black
I'm like
mages a moment
wannabe
ago when you cast a
Orko.
non-creature spell, you pin them.
Oh hell yeah! I like how they did
Vivi's
the
a little more
fire
curious than
magic.
that. Wants to get plus
The
some
tiered
counters
magic, that's
and then
awesome.
generate
Right.
mana
It's like
equal to
escalate,
his
but kind of
power.
better.
So not only will it generate mana as you cast more and more spells, but also if you say giant growth or put an equipment on them, it'll generate you tons and tons of mana. On the right-hand side there,
Right,
you will
fish.
see Fire Magic, which is a card with the new tiered mechanic.
He's going to go
Tiered is a
infinite.
brand new mechanic appearing here in
Yeah,
Final Fantasy.
he's
Never seen this
awesome.
before. We knew we had to get abilities like Fire, Fyra, and Fyraga into the set somehow. So this is kind of like a modal kicker. It's on a handful of cards, and the more mana you put in,
You know,
the
that's something
bigger
me and my
effect
old lady
you
were
get.
talking about,
Just
is how
like
they're
Final
going to do Fire 1, Fire 2,
Gavin, you
Fire
sounded very
3, and
enthusiastic.
this is how they did
okay
it.
that
Brilliant.
Your favorite game is Final Fantasy IX,
Perfect.
right? You put a little bit extra work into this one.
Yeah, as the lead set designer, I might get to put my thumb on the scale a little bit, and so I gave 9 a bit of extra love. That's my bias.
Talking about extra love, right now we're moving on to a game called Final Fantasy
You're
X.
not going to find out.
Oh,
First game on the PlayStation
yeah, they told him to
2,
step on the
story of
gas
Tidus
because that
and
stupid
Yuna.
game took
It's
an hour.
epic quest, and it's
I
probably
told everyone it
the
would.
reason that I'm around. The
Anybody
first
else here play
Final
10?
Fantasy
Are we all
game
gonna
to
laugh
have actual voice
in
acting
unison?
it. Without it, I
Oh,
wouldn't have a
I'm
job.
playing 10 right now, actually.
It's also one of
You
our
wanna laugh
first-
with me,
one of our
Robert?
Commander decks. Is that right?
That's true. And speaking of favorite Final Fantasy series, of course
Oh
I had
my
to make a Final Fantasy
gosh.
X Commander deck. The thing about Commander decks is while the main set goes wide, touching all 16 games, these Commander
that's
decks
what
go
I'm talking
deep. They're
about.
going to get those heartwarming moments that follow Yuna
Tidus.
and her party
Jeez.
along. And while I'm not showing you that specific Yuna moment that you're
Come on,
probably all
everybody,
thinking right
let's
now,
cheer.
believe me, there is a beautiful card in the set for that. But let's talk about this deck. It is built around the Sphere Grid. That's what I wanted to do right away. It is a Counters Matters deck. In the game, you're moving pebbles around, getting new abilities and raising your stats. In the game, you're going to be moving your counters around like you're building the Sphere Grid. Tidus himself has that ability in the beginning to set up your party at the beginning of a combat, and then cheer whenever he connects.
Can you
He
say,
will
let's
proliferate
slow
all
down
of
a
those
Commander
counters,
game?
draw cards, and keep going and going for that goal. And yes, there is Blitzball in here.
Oh, not have an hour
Okay, so
or
that's
too long
Tidus, but
game?
where is
Yes.
Yuna, Zakil?
Guys, you can't have Final Fantasy X without my girl Yuna.
Oh yeah, you.
For those who don't know, Yuna
Hell
is a
yeah.
summoner that travels through Spira alongside her guardians, and her main
Enchantment
mechanical
creature.
ability
Oh,
is
boy.
her power to summon Aeons onto the battlefield to aid her in battle. So this card focuses entirely on interacting with the Saga creatures in the
Opalescence
set,
just got a boost.
resurrecting summons from the graveyard each turn,
Yeah, bro.
as well as buffing them
Yeah.
while they are on the battlefield during their
Holy
turn. And
crap.
check out this beautiful borderless treatment as well.
Gorgeous. And from the summoner to the summoned, let's see one of the most iconic Aeons.
Oh,
How does this one work?
Buckle up,
This is
boys.
the correct reaction
Buckle up,
for
Buttercup.
Bahamut.
It's
Now,
Bahamut.
when I was a kid, if you asked me to picture the coolest possible thing I could ever think of, I would get you Bahamut very fast. So when we concepted this card, the conceptor, the artist, and the art director, we all agreed we had to capture the aura
Okay,
of
Academy
Bahamut
Rector just
and
became
put it
more
into this
important.
card. So we see the
Yes.
moment, the first time you summon it in-game, and if you look at the flavor word Mega Flare, you get to that overdrive, and you know the game will be over.
Oh, that's pretty. So, also, this game
Destroy
has some of the
target,
most
draw 2 cards,
beautiful
deals
vistas.
damage
Dragon, I need it.
And a
Show us some
value.
cool lands.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mentioned some of those rare towns earlier. This is part of a 5-card cycle, 1 for each color, and for 5 different games. This is Zanarkand Ancient Metropolis.
Bro.
This is something we've never done before, which is put an adventure on a land.
Create
These are
a
the
hero.
only 5 adventures in the set. They're on the cycle of
Okay.
5 lands, and it's a
Okay.
great flavor fit because they are all things that happen in that location. Of course, if you're hanging out in Zanarkand, you might encounter the Fates. You can look for all 5 of
Okay.
these rare lands in the set, 1 for each color.
Amazing. So, before the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, there was the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XI.
Yeah, I played a lot of 11.
Here we go. And because it is an MMORPG, you had a
I played
different approach to
enough
the other
to
games.
say that I've played it.
Fantasy
I
XI
came
as
into
an
the game
MMO,
super
has a
late,
lot to
around
explore,
2012
a lot
on
to cover,
Xbox,
a lot to
actually.
dig into.
But,
It was my first
yeah, man.
MMORPG
It was too
of all
grindy.
time. I spent countless hours,
It's not
scouring the
for
realms of
everyone, that's for
NDL,
sure.
whether I was making friends online,
Especially
or
if
whether
you
I
don't
was
have
going
friends
up
to play
notorious
with.
monsters
Oh my
and
God.
absolutely just getting my butt kicked. I was just having the time of my life.
Yeah,
Speaking of notorious monsters,
it's like when you go on a walk into the woods and you're just like, wow, okay, this is an actual adventure. That's what playing 11 felt like.
Nigh unbeatable super boss end game for the toughest of alliances with the best gear, and even then it was
Oh
very
yeah, the
difficult to even
36-hour
approach
boss.
taking down.
So they actually had to nerf this fight because it took too long.
When you go up against him.
Now from something absolutely terrifying to something a little cuter. Let's talk about the Dragoon's Wyvern.
Where are my Dragoons at from Final Fantasy XI? We all remember our Wyverns.
Okay, so I love Drake, and this reminds. It's a Drake! Yes!
That's what Final Fantasy is about. It's achieving that amazing job, class, fantasy, in these beautiful, amazing worlds, and then never forgetting.
Kinda. I mean, it's a common. Okay. I was gonna say
there's one
pretty
more
underpowered.
right, Zakil?
Dude, that's gonna be great limited.
Adventure.
That is.
Let's talk about everyone's
Okay.
favorite
2 for
NPC,
1.
the original Taro Black Mage from Final Fantasy XI, Shan Todo. Now, Shan Todo is the flagship uncommon, signpost uncommon within the set that focuses on spell slinging. When you cast non-creature spells, she gets buffs on the battlefield, and then if you cast anything that costs more than 4, you get to draw a card, which is very powerful in the context of limited and potentially even in formats like Commander.
Absolutely amazing. So, from Final Fantasy XI to... Did someone say 1?
I don't even remember 12.
We yin, we yang. Here we go. Dylan, give us the story.
Right.
They're
Final
released
Fantasy
on
XII takes the
PS2.
much beloved world of Ivalice, and there are many adventures, many stories happening here. In the intro, we learned the Arcadian Empire is beginning their conquest on Dalmasca, and we meet our heroes 2 years thereafter. We're introduced to Vaughn, Princess Ashe, and of course, Balthayer and Fran. I'd love to show you this card. This is a commander deck I'm building immediately when this set comes out. And so, of course, as Sky Pirates, they
Gruel,
will
let's
care
go.
about piloting the straw.
Like, I'd love to show you the card, but there's too many furries in the crowd. Security!
I mean, it's
Now
a rabbit, but
time
it's
for
not
Stephanie, our
white.
director, once again, to tell us about some very important pieces of art.
Not all rabbits
So this
are
is
white.
a very special story about the incredible Isamu Kami Kokurio.
That's right, racist.
The city of Arcades is one of the first images made for Final Fantasy XII. Visually inspiring and dense
classic.
with details, this piece
Wall
immerses
of
you in the world
Omens,
of Ivalice.
nice.
This
So
image
we're
was
gonna
used
see
as a
lots
promotional
of those
ad
in
in a
the
Japanese
pack.
magazine to get artists
Yeah.
excited to work at Square Enix on Final
And I
Fantasy
can't
XII.
remember the last time I put
There are
one in a
many
deck.
employees who are currently at Square Enix because of this painting.
Now I
And in
have to
turn,
just for the
Isamu
meme.
made incredible friendships during his time there. It's no exaggeration to say this painting changed lives. It stands out as an example of Isamu's artistic perspective to push the imagination and craft worlds that have never been seen before.
But it feels like that art should have been on a plane.
And what's amazing about that piece of art is there is a link between 12 and the next game in the series, because that same artist had a hand in designing what we're about to show you now.
ライトニングらしさっていうのをもう一回考えた時に内面にその激しさは秘めているんですけど、外から見ると静かに佇んでるような姿が一番ライトニングらしいのかなっていう。ライトニングって武人なんですよね。侍のような女性なので、普通に立ってても常に
The oversized?
剣
Stop
構えて
making
るん
those,
ですよ
right?
心の中では。
Yeah. Well, that's even bigger than the oversized.
とファイナルファンタジーのコラボは
No, that's like the old
僕自身
oversized
すごく
ones.
想像してなかったコラボレーションなのでマジかって感じでこうそこに
Yeah, 13 was okay.
書かせてもらえるっていうのがす
A
ご
lot
く
of
光栄
people
だなと
joke
思い
that
ま
it's
した。
Final Fantasy, the hallway simulator.
完成度の高さに
Walking-
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had a different battle system, and the graphics were really good at the time.
Tell us a little bit about the game, Final Fantasy 13.
Final Fantasy 13 perhaps is the game that leans most into its science fiction elements as it thrusts us into the artificial world of Cocoon that floats above Grand.
Yeah, very futuristic.
You see, in this world, we have these supernatural entities that are known as the Fall Sea. Though humanity fears them, they seek their protection. And the Fall Sea have the ability to designate La Sea, which are
Hey,
basically
Genesis, how you doing, bud?
chosen warriors. This game takes a bit of a spin of if that's really a good thing or not. As we all come to find out, Lightning, our protagonist, and her party members have chosen to become these new chosen heroes. And they go on an adventure and a quest to fulfill their focus, which may end up bringing about the end of the world. Don't worry, they are our heroes.
Whoops.
Let's talk about Lightning and some
Chocobos, Genesis.
Yeah,
Chocobos.
Final Fantasy
The set's going to be about
13
chocobos.
is
a mechanic called
Yes.
Stagger. This mechanic rewards you for exploiting your
Yeah,
enemy's weaknesses.
Stagger
Once you
was
trigger
part
the
of
Stagger
the
gauge, you're able
battle
to deal
in
additional
13.
damage within combat. So it only felt right for Lightning to have a similar ability called Stagger. So let's take a look. She is a 3-mana 3/2 with the
Dude,
ability Stagger. Whenever
no
she
limit
deals
break,
combat damage
like-
to a player until your next turn, if a source
I don't know.
deal damage to that
Beginning
player
to get a
or
little.
that player controls, it deals
That's right,
damage damage
Genesis.
instead. And then she has these small innocuous kind of buffs, meaning with First Strike and Trample. So if you attack with
That
her
is really
and
cool.
let's just say a 1/1 creature, she has
Yeah,
the
for
ability to
3
deal
mana,
combat
first
damage
strike,
in the
trample,
first strike
lifelink,
phase,
bro.
triggering Stagger, then
Doubling
buffing
damage
everything else you
after
have on the battlefield.
swinging in. Hell yeah.
This is going to be standard legal. Oh my god.
And it is not often that
Oh,
we
yeah.
use a mechanic for just one single card, but that is what has happened here. Gavin, what have you done?
I don't know that
this
it's
is
going to
something
be
very
much
special.
for Commander,
This is
though.
something that we had to do a lot of talking and a lot of convincing, and it was
It has
such a perfect
lifelink.
fit, literally a perfect fit.
Or no,
these
not
two
lifelink.
characters, Faye and Emil.
Trample,
So here we
first
are,
strike,
Faye
all
and
that.
Emil.
It'll be a good
Now,
beatdown
if you know
card,
the
I'm
story
sure.
of Final Fantasy 13, these two characters are searching for each other, and they eventually find each other. And they do that well in the game, right? So when Vanilla comes into play, you mill some cards, you get someone back, maybe it's Fang. Fang wants them to leave the graveyard, and then you get to draw cards.
Oh, it's a meld card. Okay.
Toward the end of the game, you might know that they fuse into Ragnarok. And so the meld ability here actually allows you to turn the cards over
Wow.
and turn them into Ragnarok.
Destroy
They're
target
both uncommon,
non-
so you can do this
target
in
permanent.
draft.
Oh,
and
whoa.
let me tell you, if you get off Ragnarok, you are going to win.
That is
it is
sick.
a very, very cool moment, and literally
I love it. It's in my colors.
perfect encapsulation of these two characters.
I love
Absolutely amazing. Okay, now we move on to the critically acclaimed MMORPG, Final Fantasy 14.
There we go. Yep, I thought that would happen. The loudest cheer of the night.
Personally, I like to think of myself as the weird adopted uncle of Final Fantasy 14, so thank you. And I'm so happy to be able to talk about that. Listen,
right back.
Dylan, this is a game that everyone has an opinion about, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I just have 3 words for all of you out there. Hear, feel, think. Iconic words spoken by the Mother Crystal, spoken to all of you warriors of light out there. The critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV is often described as a theme park of Final Fantasy history, and I just absolutely love that comparison. It takes content from all the previous titles, it remixes them, updates them, and it brings them to a modern audience. It introduces you to games, characters, stories from long past, and hopefully inspires you to go try out all of these amazing games yourself. Now, in the game, of course, you are the Warrior of Light. You get to customize your character, pick your job, and embark on a journey where you call the shots. So whether you are going up against the Ascian threat, perhaps, championing Hydaelyn's
what
will,
threat?
facing off the Garland
The
Empire,
Ascian
battling
threat.
through the Dragon Saga War, maybe going up against the bloodthirsty Xenos,
Nice.
or becoming the Warrior of Darkness, crying many, many tears at the end of creation, and
Hi,
most recently,
Sherry.
enjoying a summer vacation. You are the Warrior of Light, and this is Final Fantasy XIV. You are all emblematic of the very wonderful community that Final Fantasy XIV is known for. Wonderful, friendly, kind, empathetic, and we thank you so much for being here and being a part of this wonderful, wonderful weekend. I can just personally attest to how amazing this game is and how profound it has been on all of us.
Daniel, this is obviously the last of the Commander deck, so I imagine you had to play a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV, didn't you?
Exactly. Unlike Dylan, and sounds like a lot of you, when I was first assigned this project, I had never actually played Final Fantasy XIV. So naturally, over the next month, I put 200 hours in with my best friend from work. getting all the way to Shadowbringers. I played Dancer and Black Mage for those curious. And we had to get Hildebrand Vanderbilt into the set. It was so important to be genuine to the fans because you can play the entire campaign of Final Fantasy XIV and not even see this lovable character. This card itself refers to his first chapter, The Rise and Fall of Gentlemen, where there are plenty of zombies, and Hildebrand is not dead after all. You can find Hildebrand and all the other Scions in the Final Fantasy XIV Commander deck, led by none other than Y'shtola herself. Where as you cast your non-creature spells with mana value 3 or greater, you're going to drain the table, draw cards, and continue controlling the game as long as you manage those cooldowns. Enjoy the deck, please.
Amazing. And whilst Y'shtola's right here, I think it's a great time to touch base with another of our celebrity artists talking about their specific version of Y'shtola.
自分がギャザリングの絵を描けるのっていうのがちょっとびっくりしまして、今回その両方のプレイヤーの橋渡しになればいいんじゃないかなと思っています。僕割とその油彩風というか厚塗りっていう絵法で絵を描くことが多かったんですけど、やっぱりそれってギャザリングとかからかなりインスパイアを受けていました。
That's awesome.
テイストとしてはそのファイナルファンタジーのその14のエフェクトの
I want that
綺麗さと
card
か
that he's
ちょっ
got.
と目指してデザインさせていただきました。ヤシュトラは強い意志を持ったキャラクターなので、そこら辺が再現できるようにしたかったっていうところがあって、ちょっと人知を超えたような雰囲気を出せればいいかなっていうところで、少し凛々しい感じの雰囲気にしました。はい。
Nice.
Obviously, there are loads of cards still to show you, Zakil. Let's start with that sweet version of Y'shtola.
Yes, so here is main set Y'shtola Ruel. She's a 6-mana 3/5 cat druid that has the ability at the beginning of your end step.
Yeah, I just saw this one today.
And then if it
That's
is
a
the
good
first
card.
end step, you effectively take an additional end step. So you're able to gain advantage
Yeah,
of creatures on the
that
battlefield that have
she's
entered the battlefield triggers by
really
blinking
powerful
them.
in certain
And then,
decks.
just like the last Y'shtola card that we showed at the face of the
Oh,
commander
that's
deck,
cool. So they have the
also
Sphinx that
manipulate
gives you
instant
an
trigger
additional
to
main
your
phase or
advantage.
upkeep
So
or
playing
whatever.
main
This
set-
one gives
main
you an
set
additional
Y'shtola
end
within
step.
the
That's
commander deck
legit.
Y'shtola deck is probably quite good. And,
There's so many things
one
that
of my
happen
favorite
at
things
end
about
step. I'm
Final
kind of
Fantasy-
curious how
Final
that's
Fantasy 14
going to work.
are the summons.
Primal Odin? Oh.
Yeah, so let's talk about one you all might recognize. Summon Primal Odin. If you've gone up against this in 14, you know you're in for a tough time. Odin likes killing stuff. Let's start with that first chapter. Blows up one of your opponent's creatures. That's neat.
5/3.
It's the second chapter where things get really gnarly. If you know Odin, you know you do not want to get hit by this attack. It will take you out. You'll take out your whole party. If Odin hits you during a second chapter, you lose the game. Do not get hit by Odin's second chapter.
Wow,
It is bad.
okay.
If you survive that, if your creatures perhaps block, buy a little bit of time, you still have to contend with the third chapter where Odin's owner will draw 2 cards and make each player lose 2 life. Perhaps they'll even draw another Odin. Now, earlier I mentioned that there would be some job select equipment from Final Fantasy XIV. So where are all my summoners at? Perfect. Well, here is the Summoner's Grimoire, another job select equipment. So when this comes into play, you make a 1/1 hero and attach it to it. Now, whenever that creature attacks, you get to put a creature from your hand on the battlefield. So it's like a little elvish piper for your longtime Magic fans.
Oh my God!
But
So
if there's
this
an
in
enchantment
an
card, it
Eldrazi
enters,
deck? Are you
tapped,
kidding?
And attacking. So that enchantment creature like Odin will
No
come in
doubt.
right away. One other tiny thing I want to call out is in front of the equip ability, you'll see
Oh,
what it says
okay.
there, Abraxas. Well, that is actually
So
the
green-
weapon that is shown
green
in
ramp.
the art there. It's a little nod to
Green
the
ramp
weapons that are
Eldrazi
used.
going to be a thing?
The Final Fantasy
Yes.
14 team
Yes,
thought it'd be
it
really
is.
cool to actually reference the weapons that are in the art for the 14 tied job select equipment.
Oh, look,
so you'll
it
find
makes
that
you a
on the
shaman.
equipment in the set.
Not a druid.
Much of the major narrative of Final Fantasy XIV is the metaphysical
Ooh.
conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. So today we're going to show
I'm
you
waking
one
up. It's
half of that
exciting. It's all
conflict
black.
with
Let's go.
Zodiark Umbral God. He is a 5/5
DJ over here. What's a limit break?
Each player sacrifices half the non-god
Oh my
creatures they
gosh, he is
control,
awesome.
rounded down. Now that's an interesting story element. If you're
Yeah.
a Final Fantasy 14 player, you'll have
5
to tell
mana,
me if
5/5,
you think that is spot on to
indestructible.
the story that
Sack
Zodiark
half the
might be
non-god
involved in.
creatures. Wow.
And here we can see the moment where I wiped every raid I was ever in doing this trial. I could not
Wow.
for the life of me remember this mechanic. I'm so sorry to everyone who was playing me. I was your Gunbreaker main tank, not using my cooldowns correctly.
I know there are people in the audience that are thinking, oh, there's one person from Final Fantasy XIV I'd love to see. Here he is, you thirsty people.
So,
there you go, Sherry.
I mentioned before that you might find villains in the Commander deck. Well, here's one every Final Fantasy XIV player knows. It's Emmett Selk. Now, the villains in the decks play on a little different axis. Emmett here will cast spells from your graveyard over time because
oh man, why did they have to put the last line in there?
Okay, here we go. 14's done. We're now moving on to 15. We are going like a rocket ship. It's again another great example of the way in which Final Fantasy has reinvented itself over the years.
Vehicles?
So in Final Fantasy 15, we see this dramatic tale of epic war, political conspiracies, ancient magic, opposing kings, but ultimately it puts the story of friendship and camaraderie center stage. We follow Prince Noctis and his very best of friends, Ignis, Prompto, and Gladiolus, on a road trip across the modern fantasy world of Eos. And broiled in this conflict, we are going to go up against many cool monsters, cinematic boss battles, epic duels, but one of the biggest things that Final Fantasy 15 left on me was just the very sense of time and pace. The slow, quiet moments you spend with your friends, pulling pranks at each other, making food at camp, discovering new recipes, listening to music while you're driving around. It does remind me a little bit of the four of us and how we kind of made this set. So I kind of have a soft spot for this. Excuse me if I start crying.
I'm also there as well. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's look at some cards, please.
Right.
Zakiel, take us through it.
Yeah, so Noctis is the main character from Final Fantasy 15, and his most unique mechanical ability is called Armiger, which allows him to wield the 13 royal weapons that come from his lineage that are depicted in his artwork. So his ability allows you to cast artifact spells from the graveyard as a nod to the Armiger ability. And also, take a look at this beautiful artwork.
Let's look at Arden.
But of course, opposed to Noctis is the game's antagonist, Arden. And here we see celebrity artist Roberto Ferrari has captured his signature grin and his powers over the
Oh, demons, let's go.
We actually see that we use that as a flavor word because
another
while
mechanic.
You have Arden in play, you too will be making your
own
army of demons to take over the world.
Beginning of combat, you get to make a demon from anyone's graveyard.
I need that card.
That card is strong.
Final Fantasy 16 has arrived. I don't remember any of it. Dylan, what happened?
So just to catch you up to speed, Ben, I don't know if you've heard of this game, but this takes place at Valisthea. It is the latest entry in the mainline Final Fantasy series, and it is one of the most dark and mature titles the franchise has seen thus far. It tells this gritty and grim tale of magic and explores the notions of free will. We are introduced to our protagonist, Clive Rossfield, when he is but a young boy. And we watch him grow over decades of in-game story.
Yeah, they pointed.
The epic hero who shall deny.
Oh, I was gonna say it's funny. They're holding decks in their hand for their cue cards.
Are of paramount importance.
Yeah, practically, right? Well, there's a lot of information.
That's who harbors the ability
well,
of the
go ahead.
the
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say he pointed at the host there because he did the voice acting for Clive.
It certainly did, and this is actually quite an interesting
So,
story.
it's very suiting that he's the host here
You
today.
said that earlier. Well, as we all know, this game came out 2 years ago, so it came out during the development process of the set. So we actually had a weekend when the game came out, and we just all started playing and trying to figure out, okay, what could go in? What could go in? This card, this card, this card. It was a great time.
Massive call out. Zakiel was always 2 hours ahead.
Paid game time in the office.
My wife is here. She can confirm I was not sleeping at all. And somehow he was always ahead of it. I have no idea how you were just so... It was a wild weekend. Our group chat exploded with like 1,000 messages every single night. Like, this is an awesome concept. This could be a card.
You have to get this character in there, right?
I totally missed that quest. I have to go do it. So.
Okay, guys, be quiet. I want to talk now. Okay. God, we get it. You played the game. I was in it.
Yeah.
Listen, I think it's time that we previewed some cards, and I know what you all want to see. But first, let's see a character that is incredibly important to Clive in this story.
Yeah, so this is Jill, Shiva's dominant. This card shows off all of her icy powers. So on Jill's side, she comes in and unsummons a creature. Then when she transforms into Shiva, she will make one of your creatures unblockable twice. Then she will tap all of your opponent's lands. They cannot stop you. And then unlike other summons that go away, she goes back to Jill, re-triggering that Enter's ability to unsummon and continue using those icy powers.
Okay,
Sweet.
now this is the moment you're all waiting for. This
That's
is the moment
fun.
that I've been waiting for 2 hours. You want to see the Clive card?
Zip.
Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah.
That's a cool
well
shirt.
done. Right?
I have been sweating under that thing for 2 hours for this exact moment. Let's see it on the screen.
So here we have. To be clear, that is the correct reaction. Yes. So here we have Clive and Ifrit. We knew we needed an epic card, and so that's exactly what we made.
Ooh.
On the front side, Clive, of course, has Devotion to Red. Of course, it is the only Devotion card in the main set, but it fits his character so well. Who else would be so devoted to Red as Ifrit's dominant? Then, when you're ready, perhaps turn after you play him, you can pay 6 mana, flip him over, he fights a creature right away, bam, Ifrit shows up. Time for that epic boss battle. Then, you get some mana the next turn, a turn after that, he flips back to Clive, if your opponent's even still alive by then, and you get to do the whole discard your hand and drop again before preparing to turn him back into a Ifrit. So, you know, pretty powerful combination of abilities here. Wouldn't you say, Ben?
I would say he's very cool. I would say he's the best one. You know,
And another
don't
demon.
Take my
Love
word
it.
for it. Okay, guys, that's it. We have done 16 mainline games, but
Wow.
I know. Are you excited for this? Zakil, when can we get our hands on all this Final Fantasy goodness?
Yeah, so Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy releases globally on June 13th with pre-releases starting on June 6th. Now, if you're a Final Fantasy fan who has never played Magic before, I suggest you start with the starter kit, which comes with 2 60-card decks that are pre-constructed, along with a learn-to-play booklet and digital download codes to play on Magic Arena. We also have our Play Booster, which includes all of the cards that we previewed today, everything that is standard legal, as well as the Final Fantasy Through the Ages bonus sheet. Now, the additional products that we have here, as Daniel mentioned, are the 4 Commander decks that are focused on individual games, 6, 7, 10, and 14. You can relive these games if you played them before, or learn about them if you never have. They're some of our favorites, and we think that they're such an amazing product. We also have our collector SKUs in the collector commander decks, which are the same mechanical identity of those commander decks, just available in 100% foil, as well as our collector boosters, which include all of the mechanical cards from the main set, many from the commander decks, and the awesome, amazing treatments such as the golden chocobo. Here's our complete product suite, including the beautiful gift bundle featuring Ifrit and Bahamut from Final Fantasy 16. And again, this set releases globally on June 13th with a variety of play events starting then, running through the remainder of that month, and MagicCon Vegas, along with Pro Tour Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy on the weekend of June 20th.
And of course, if you're a digital gamer, Final Fantasy is also coming to Magic the Gathering Arena with 3 different bundles you can pick up. The first, of course, is the pack bundle. You might be wondering, Gavin, why is it called the pack bundle? Well, great news. It comes with 50 booster packs, 5 golden packs. You get this cool VV sleeve, the VV version, all kinds of awesome stuff going on there. Let's go on to the next bundle called the Pass Bundle. You might be wondering, why is this called the Pass Bundle? Well, this comes with Clive, comes with Noctis, comes with cool sleeves for both of them, and you get access to the Mastery Pass. Now, the Mastery Pass will let you unlock those awesome chocobos for Jason Tronder we saw earlier. You get a regular chocobo at level 1, a Jace chocobo at level 25, and the Tronder chocobo at level 50. And then finally, we've got the Play Bundle. You can imagine why it's called that. You get tons of tokens to go play in drafts, plus you get Kefka, Terra, some accoutrement for them, and my personal favorite, the Moogle Companion that can hang out with you in a game. And who doesn't want a Moogle hanging out with them? You can go pre-order that on Magic the Gathering Arena right now.
Amazing. So let's moving on. Let's get you.
Are
even
those
more
subject
hyped
to
than you are
allocation?
already with this amazing.
I've been waiting for this. I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Final Fantasy is coming to Magic the Gathering.
I love how there's all this magic and dragons and summons, and then everybody gets hyped over the derpy cactar.
Oh,
Yo.
yeah. Dude, that mustache is legendary.
Right.
Play heroes and villains from all 16 core games.
People are depending on me.
Years I've waited for this chance.
Hell yeah. Well, somebody needs to talk and fill the air before DJ gets a little copyright.
Gets the what?
Gets a little, yeah, a little copyright strike. So I
right.
recently, yeah.
You know what?
I recently got some of the FFTCG cards. If anybody out there has Final Fantasy trading cards and
if there
is like
are,
learning
let's
or
see
wants
if
to play, hit me
Stephanie
up.
can persuade those who might not want to get involved.
All right,
please reveal some
when
bomb
you think
card.
of the essential
I'm a
ingredients
bit
of what makes
underwhelmed at the moment.
Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
what comes to mind? You've got your classics, your
That's right.
chocobos,
Well,
They
Bob.
can't reveal
summons,
everything.
crystals. We're fans. We know all this.
No, but they
But there's
typically
one
lead with the
more
biggest
thing that has been in
jokers
nearly
first, unless they're
every game
changing
of
that.
the Final Fantasy series.
They
that we
might
haven't
leave us
quite
with the
talked about
biggest.
yet. Or should I say someone? It's Sid. Better
Sid.
yet, Sid.
Me homie.
Because why settle for just one?
Right.
Okay, folks, this is how we're going to do it. Remember when I split the room up in two?
Oh, God.
That went well, didn't it? We're doing it
Oh,
again.
God. No.
Okay.
Please, no.
This side of the room, I'm going to say a number. This side of the room, we're going to shout one word and one word only. And what word's that going to be? You know it. We're going to start with 2, okay? Because that's when he first appeared. So it'll go
That's
something
right.
like this. We'll say a number. It'll
Bro's
start
immortal.
with 2 like this. Say 2 with me.
2.
Okay? You ready? Obviously, you're not going to say 2 the whole time. That would be insane. Okay? But don't. I think there's quite a few people watching at home. They're going to be so annoyed. We've just stayed on 2 for hours. Okay. Are you ready with me?
Let's do it.
Here we go. 2.
Artifact and
Oh, they're actually going through chronologically or in number.
But they're all the same card. Any number of cards named Sid. Oh my God.
Wow. A deck can
Yes,
have any number. Yes.
Well, that's going to be your $25 uncommon.
Yeah.
Good.
No, it'll probably be more like what it'll be like the Nazgul.
Everybody, it has been absolutely awesome to spend
Because
time
you can
with you.
cycle
I hope
him. His
you've had
ability
fun.
affects when
I
he's in the
hope you are
graveyard
going
or
to
in
spend
play.
Lots
That's
of money
good.
on this. Please do. Thank you for coming. I want to thank the
I hope you spend
incredible
lots
panel.
of money on this.
Gavin, Zakil, Daniel,
Yeah.
Dylan.
Too late.
Stephanie, I've been your host, Ben Starr. You've been amazing. Thank you for coming.
All right, I think we can mute the feed.
Adios.
Unless they're going to show some spoiler.
Ben's hugging everyone except for Gavin. There we go.
There we go.
There's your Gavin.
All right. So I'm curious about everybody else's impressions.
I don't know. I mean, I saw some card. You know, I'm very color biased myself, but I saw some cards I wouldn't mind getting. But I'm not overly impressed
by the set in general.
Just I'm not feeling it. I don't. Am I missing something?
Probably not having played Final Fantasy a lot.
Yeah, right.
For sure. For me, yes, that's true.
Flavor-wise, it's on point.
Agreed.
Every card flavor-wise is on point. Power-wise, it is stronger than your average standard set. I wouldn't put it at a modern level, power level on most of the cards, but there are some that I can see that are going to be affecting in modern. But yeah,
I'm just gonna say I don't think it's even as strong as Tarkir.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the cards, due to the fact that they've gone flavor-wise, are going to be very specific. There's not a lot of generalized power that I'm seeing.
I'm also going to say too many mechanics and missed the one mechanic that was like the obvious
the
mechanic.
Limit Break.
Like how did they miss that?
It could still be in there. You never know.
Okay.
I don't know. That was a lot of mechanics too. I agree.
Yeah, you can't keep like every card has its own mechanic, but yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Well, it's the mechanics. Most of them that y'all are referring to were italicized, so it was more them just putting a name.
Mechanic.
Yeah, a flavorful name to what would already be there design wise anyway. So it may just be a lot of information to process, but I think it's palatable. And it not being overpowered like a Horizon set's good because it's standard legal. I think
are you
probably go ahead.
I'm curious
DJ?
what Casey's saying. I'm curious what Casey's saying. They didn't miss limit breaks. What did I miss?
I must have missed that.
Oh,
it's
the name of the because so Casey's saying that the mechanic is the limit break, but it's the name of the limit break specifically, not saying limit break dash.
If you're saying Tifa's is limit break should be a core mechanic like start your engines.
Well, then
basically every character has a limit break.
Well, in certain titles, but not most Final Fantasies.
Okay,
so
but it's the one mechanic that tends to follow, from title to title to title, right? And many characters have it.
I mean, out of 16 titles, I'd say maybe half of them don't have limit breaks, though. So to like force feed a limit break on characters that don't have it would probably have ruffled too many feathers.
Okay, but Cloud's like when you think of Cloud, it's limit break time, dude. Like that's when you do your thing. I'm sorry,
the Omni Slash doesn't he? Isn't Omni Slash part of one of his things? Yeah, that's a limit break.
Yeah. So they just italicized it, but they didn't make it a keyword specifically.
Right.
So
to me, it feels like a miss.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from on that. Because it should have been a keyword for certain, and maybe it's going to be a keyword in the commander deck, but not in the base set.
Yeah. There's probably a real disconnect for folks because of the power level or perceived power level versus the price and availability, Yeah.
Yeah.
If people were paying $120 like a standard, play box, instead of the jacked up 160, 180, hell, probably 200, with tax at some places, people wouldn't be so upset.
But in order to make that feel better, they should have announced an important reprint. And I'm just going to say it, very underwhelmed on the reprints.
Well, Nyx Bloom Ancient is a pretty decent reprint.
Okay, but it's not even on the level of Craterhoof Behemoth, which just came out in friggin' Tarkir.
Yeah. Well, but there's also Ancient Copper Dragon on the reprint list too.
Yeah.
And Wall of Omens, but Wall of Omens
and the monkey again.
And the monkey again.
Nobody was calling for the monkey.
No, and Yuriko is on the reprint sheet too. The Tiger Shadow. She's
we went through so many cards that are like getting in that necessary reprint. How about like Ancient Tomb?
Yes.
In some fashion.
Yes.
There's lots of $80 cards. How about like Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth?
Yeah.
There's just so many. How about some of the Eldrazi?
how about, well, I guess they'll save the Eldrazi land for the Eldrazi set, but there's just so many cards that I think people would feel are in need of a reprint. Maybe even perhaps the One Ring, but I don't think it would fit thematically here. But it feels like that part is definitely missing.
Yeah,
actually, the One Ring would fit thematically if it was one of the Bangles pieces of equipment from like Final Fantasy VII or whatever. But yeah,
the one bangle.
The one bangle. That's right. I can't remember what that one super powered one was called, but
or something like Mox Opal or Chrome Mox.
Yes.
Like could have easily fit in here somewhere with some of the jewelry from the set.
Right, with the crystal. If they could have done like one super mega crystal and skinned it over as one of the Moxons, that would have been great.
That would have been awesome. And they might still be coming because they like to save some big stuff for a little bit later just to.
I disagree. They tend to announce it way out in front, the big cards. Like when they announced Dominaria Remastered, and they showed immediately for one of the first cards was the Force of Will.
Oh, that's true.
And when they announced the Lord of the Rings, they definitely had the 1/1 One Ring, and then they showed the Great Henge and others. The Great Henge would have been another one that really needs a reprint here. And I'm only talking for the game piece army, really. I like expensive cards. I like the cards go up in value. But they took two $30 cards and reprinted them, and now they're going to be $10 cards that I don't even remember ever seeing an X-Bloom Ancient across the field for me. And honestly, not Ragavan for a very, very long time, at least in Commander. So
yeah, he's
you don't
not
see
modern either.
Right. So it's like, well, who did they reprint that for? I don't know.
Flavor.
Nobody's asking for it. How about something that needed a necessary reprint, like Urza's Saga?
Well, there's folks that maybe are getting into Magic and dabbling with Modern that didn't pick up Modern Horizons 2, right? So having reprint of Ragavan is actually pretty legit. I personally sorry, I'm not super biased, but 9 was one of the few FFs that I completed and played a lot of, and Zidane being
is Ragavan Modern legal?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. It was
he's not legacy legal, but modern, yes.
Okay, was it legacy? That's weird.
Yeah, because he was OP in legacy, but modern, nobody. I mean, I watch legacy a lot, and he's crept out. He's just not good enough for
All right,
modern.
so he's only banned in legacy and historic.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, so to be able to open that up and the art that they used too was really cool. If I'm not mistaken, that was one of the arts that you'd see inside of the booklets, like when you get the game with the discs, and there'd be a booklet inside. You thumb through. That was one of the pictures there. So
you played games with discs, boomer.
I know, bro.
I still have my discs, but
I still have my Nintendo games. So let's go.
Hell yeah.
I think I have Final Fantasy 15 on disc still, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Ew. Yeah, no, I've got the hardware here, actually. I've recently, a couple of months ago, got everything set up to stream. I got a PS2 with a HD converter, so I can cap on OBS and stream and all that with the PlayStation 1 discs here, so... and a few other digital Final Fantasies. So yeah, I'm looking to complete 1 or 2 titles before the release of the set. I was gonna have a couple more done, but I've been hands-on daddy over here. So yeah, it is what it is.
I also want to point out that the land cycle, while neat, seems underwhelming. They also didn't show any of the basic lands, which strikes me a little odd.
That's what Bob wanted to see. That's the one thing.
Well, they gave me the Chocobos, and they gave it to me in spades, right?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but I think that's what they're hoping is going to push the set, which feels, honestly, while they're really good, they're not that good.
Well, they're iconic. When you think of iconography of Final Fantasy, Chocobo is top contender. At least top 3.
Sure. That's one of the things I said prior to the release show, starting. And I'm glad that they did them justice. The limit break, I feel, okay, I guess there's room for argument there, but I feel underwhelmed by it. I also feel very underwhelmed by the reprint targets.
You know what they did, Bob, is they gave you the opportunity to develop limit break. So you just go ahead and do that and check in with us, okay?
I'm not a game designer. They are.
Yeah, it's their job.
It's their job. It's their job, but it's my channel.
I bet you complain at the self-checkout, too. You're just like, damn it, I'm already here buying these groceries. Why the hell am I doing this, cashing this out?
Right.
Actually, I don't. I order my groceries online and pick them up.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
But I don't know, but I'm kind of with Bob here. But also I'm not heavily as invested as you guys are, as I've only seen a lot of people play 7. I have not played the Final Fantasy. But just looking into cards in my color pie, there was some cool ones, but I didn't see, outside of just nostalgia, like a lot of cards that are must-haves for myself.
I'm seeing a bunch of $5 and $10 cards is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's dollar value wise, it's going to be, because it's a lot of the cards are so specific to archetypes. So, like Sid, I love Sid, love the card design, but you're playing artifact creatures. If you're rocking a Sid deck, you're playing white blue artifact creatures.
Right.
So,
Well, and many of them, to be good, they're going to have to be cheated.
Yeah.
They just are. Sorry. I mean, that's just the mechanic. Too expensive. That's what I noticed is any of the cards that seemed like really strong were super expensive.
Yeah.
Or they're going to take forever to build and get to it. And if you haven't played Arena lately, game's over by turn 4, bros.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
good luck getting
just
to a
got
6 casting
fast.
cost and waiting 4 more turns to get your payoff. It's like, ooh, you're not
Yeah.
going to live that long.
I mean,
sorry. Maybe some battle cruiser somewhere, but it just things feel off.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, even modern has gotten lightning quick. Legacy is, game is decided by turn 4 or 5.
We're talking about Commander's lightning quick anymore.
Yeah, Commander can be lightning quick too these days. So, yeah.
Again, like I said, flavor, they did well.
Yeah.
Set design and mechanic design, I'm not sure I'm enthused. As far as like power level to fit in other archetypes and decks elsewhere outside of the limited scope of Final Fantasy, not loving it. That one demon card is going to fit in well in a demon deck.
Yeah, there's there's that one blue-red mage. What is it, Vivi?
Yeah, that'll be in Commander.
Yeah, she's gonna be nice. It gonna be nice in Commander. Kefka is pretty dirty.
I think the Sephiroth, honestly, while it has powerful abilities, is going to take a long time to get set up.
Yeah, you're playing a token strategy, and yeah, it's going to take a while to get it going right.
The only one I can see is like that
generation.
The green ramp Eldrazi with that artifact.
Yes.
Like by turn 2, you're activating it and dropping an Eldrazi. Like seriously, wow. I think that thing's going to be a beast. Yep. Outside of that, like the Chocobos are decent, but they're like an enabling piece. They aren't anything hot themselves, right?
Yep.
I mean, overall, though, the task of designing a Final Fantasy Magic set is monumental, right? There's so many fans within the fan base that they're trying to serve between many different age groups. So they basically had to be the Golden Corral of Final Fantasy Magic and serve everyone. So sorry, Bob, they didn't have your limit break on the menu.
I was thinking about that, and it felt like they probably should have broken this up into multiple sets.
It could have been easily, because I think Final Fantasy has something like 75 titles in total. We're looking at the 16 main franchise games, but there's
it must be limited by this. Must be limited by the structure of their contract with Square Enix.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, I'm hype about some of it. I think the Chocobos, especially, chef's kiss with it being the golden Chocobo, the golden ticket. Like so many, like, wow. It's what's the 77 though?
For Final Fantasy 7. So they just went with instead of out of 7, they went with out of 77, I'm sure.
Why not
777 probably wouldn't have felt as exclusive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They should have gone with 99, because that's like the max you can carry of an item in Final Fantasy 7.
Right, and then someone would have been like, but the damage cap is 9,999.
Yeah. I mean, it's just going to be very, very rare. So those cards are, I mean, you're probably looking at a minimum like $2,000 card.
Oh, easily. Like the Aether Spark is the serialized Aether Spark's like $2,000 right now. So
yeah,
it's easily going to be in the 5,000 to 10,000 range.
And then don't forget your number premiums too. Like
69,
769,
77,
those will hold the premium. 21,
But there's no 420, so
that is sad.
So we'll see. Hopefully they ramp up, and they didn't, they haven't spoiled all the big hits so far. I think, to be honest with you, if I had to bet on anything, their big announcement, and I think they're banking on it, is the 77 people in the world that are going to enjoy this release, because those are the ones that get the Chocobos.
Right.
I think that's kind of a mistake.
So, but also we have the December release that's coming up too. And if we remember Lord of the Rings, the first Lord of the Rings was hype, insane, but the second release,
bro, there's nothing even close to on level with cards in Lord of the Rings though.
Yeah,
but but this is standard set.
Yeah,
not yet. They could be saving more for later on in the year. Some new.
Well, the actual card pool was smaller, or it seems smaller here for Final Fantasy compared to Lord of the Rings. God, well, to complete the set, it's like 900 or 1,000 cards, something like that, Bob.
Oh, in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what completing a set means anymore.
I'm
not gonna lie.
If you're talking about with all the variants, you're a lot.
Yeah, Genesis Nightmare. The one Chocobo they showed earlier when we had a screen blip was
the golden Chocobo, which is a series,
right? 77 of those,
and they're gold.
And then we also have the neon Chocobos to chase as well.
Yeah.
Oh, does that mean there's going to be regular? Okay, I didn't catch that because we kind of had some interruption there during the Chocobos.
Yeah, I don't.
EJ killed the stream. He was like, "Screw you guys."
Yeah, right.
Like,
this information's for me, not you guys.
No, just internet funk. I don't know, man. I was like, "What the hell?" And then I rushed everyone back in. But no, basically it's the same Chocobo, but you have the neon Chocobos like Hitasuko, pretty much.
Yeah, neon variants, and then there's the black variant, and then there's the golden and the regular. I think there's 7 different.
Well, there was 5 different colored Chocobos. Yeah, I mean they're all green, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's 5.
Are they all green? I didn't catch that. So they're all the same card.
It's the same card. Yep.
Yeah,
it's just
so
neon variants and then black
and of course the Armano or how do you say his name?
Hamano. Yoshitaka Hamano.
Yeah, all the Amano.
I'll be honest with you, not digging the Amano art in this. Sorry, I might have a
the ancient copper dragon looks pretty dope.
I'm not a fan of that art. I like the OG Ancient Copper Dragon art personally, but
I'm with you.
I'm a fan of the card, just not a fan of that art.
So you have the mono art to chase, and the neon, and of course the serialized chocobols for big chase. So I think they're going to do a special treatment, and on top of all that, obviously exclusive to collectors. So I don't know.
I hope they give us at least one.
Huh?
I hope they give us at least one like Cavern of Souls level reprint.
It
I
would
don't.
be nice.
You would say the Ancient Copper Dragon, but first off, we just had a dragon set. I realize it's $100 card, but there's so many people that just really don't play. I have never seen Ancient Copper Dragon in a Commander game against me, ever. So I don't know how truly desirable it is. I'm sure it's going to be very rare and it's going to maintain a high value, and I bet these are going to be ridiculously rare to hit. But no meaningful reprints in the set so far.
Yeah, it's all very Commander focused. Very, very Commander focused. So,
I mean, what set isn't? But yes.
They showed off the full art basics in the gallery.
Did they?
Just said, yeah, he
I gotta find that.
Thank you, Casey.
Let me get there.
All right, I'll wait for you to put it up before I look at it because I'm like, oh.
I'd love to hang around and look at some basic lands because I'm totally a basic land kind of guy. But I have to go be family man and make breakfast and stuff now.
You got to go be dad.
That's right. I'm gonna go be dad. But thanks for the yeah, right, Daddy Dude. That's the incoming character. Look out,
Daddy Dude. It's a used diaper.
Oh gosh.
Oh god.
No, but yeah, DJ, I appreciate the invite, and it was a blast watching the previews with y'all. Chat, I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and yeah, hopefully you'll catch me around the interwebs. I've been kind of in the bear cave doing the dad thing for a while, but yeah, I'm looking to be more active and online. So, all right, I will let you gents be at it. Adios.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming on.
Dude. Clive. Oh no, it's Clive. Sorry, I thought he was Italian. Yeah, there's your Ancient Copper
There's
Dragon.
your dragon.
And
yeah, that art's
Ragavan.
okay. But the ones they did for the one he did for the other, or the two arts he did for the other one, the
like the Ragavan.
Not feeling that art at all.
No, also I prefer the borderless Modern Horizons 2 Ragavan art.
I definitely do like these sort of anime with the numbered set they came from in it. So I still have yet to see the white chocobo. Oh, Fenrir. How did I miss that? Oh, is that the
Summon Fenrir? Yeah, they didn't show that. What the hell?
Oh, yeah, uncommon. Okay.
They didn't show that on the stream. They didn't show a lot of these, man.
It's a Saga Wolf. Love
Basic
it.
land, put in the battlefield, tap that shuffle. Okay. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, creature enters with additional +1/+1 counter on it. All right.
Yeah,
Draw a card if you control a creature with greatest power or tied for greatest power. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a 3/2, but 3/2 for 3 feels like that should be a 2 casting cost.
There's Tifa. Love it.
I like the art on that one.
Like the art, I like the effect.
Let's talk about that bird, the human bird guy. Like
human bird, Bart's and Boko.
It feels out of joint for its color. Like it needs to be a multicolored card.
Yes.
It should have been Simic. If that had been Simic, this would be much bigger.
Yeah, it's not going to be as potent because there's not many green well, it has affinity for birds, but yeah. No. You can't touch the white birds or the blue birds with it. Yeah. As a commander.
Right. I'm just saying, it's like if that had been banned, that would be just woo. But
Yeah.
as mono green, it's like, oh, okay. I'm still
There it
looking
is,
for the
traveling
white.
chocobo.
Okay, but where's the white one?
I was trying to skim down to lands as requested, but we'll go up to white.
No, the white chocobo.
No,
Yeah, we're getting there.
No, it's green card.
Yeah, I don't know why you're going to white colored cards.
You said the white chocobo.
Right, and I didn't see one in any of the arts. They're all green cards. Chocobos are all green.
Yeah, so far the chocobo's only green, but so there's the regular art.
Wait, what was the other chocobo up there? Just a second. Go up, scroll about 3 lines, I think. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right there.
Traveling. Oh, it's the same one.
Yeah.
Okay, but I didn't see that art.
Yeah, so that's
this will be the basic
regular
art
frame.
of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regular art, regular frame,
Wait,
and
what's
then
this
the
Realm
border.
Reborn?
Realm Reborn. Whoa,
Yeah, go back
scroll
up. Go up.
Other permanents you control. Oh, it's
No,
Cryptolith
stop.
right. It's Cryptolith right, but it costs 6, but it's for all permanents,
Bruh.
not just creatures. Down
Scroll
one.
up, mouse.
What?
No,
There you
mouse
go.
problems.
There you go. Other permanents you control have tap, add 1 mana of any kind. So it's Cryptolith right, but for all your other permanents, enchantments, artifacts, everything.
Sure.
But 6 mana.
It's a 6 mana color correction in green.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
I
there's
don't
easier
think
ways.
that's gonna make it in any of my decks.
Artwork looks pretty cool though.
It's okay. Sure. I'm sorry, I just didn't see that. That wasn't shown in the spoilers.
There's
Was it?
there's a lot that wasn't shown in the spoilers
Okay.
here.
The Fenric I didn't see.
Vanille, she wasn't in the spoilers.
I think I heard her say that, but I think it was on a different card. Not her herself.
Mill 2 cards return a permanent from your graveyard to hand. Beginning of your first main phase, if you own and control Vanille and Fang. Oh wait, no, that's where it turns into Ragnarok. Never mind. They just didn't.
Yeah, they showed that one.
Cover it.
We just didn't see the extendo version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the chocobos.
Yep.
Gonna
Yellow,
be like neon
yellow,
inks.
pink, blue.
And black.
Green,
and there's your
black,
golden chocobo.
Gold.
And no white.
Nope.
You've got no white. Nope.
Yeah. Okay. I was right. There was no white.
That
And
absolute
I'm not saying
virtue
Snow
is
White.
Such a freaking fun card.
But dude, correct me if I'm wrong, but white chocobo was like a chase, right? Like in the game?
I believe so.
Whoa. I don't remember seeing those.
The full arts?
Okay, we saw the Noctis, we saw the Squall. I'm not sure I saw the Una.
Una was in there.
Yeah, Una
As
was
a full
there.
art?
Yeah.
I don't know if we
Scroll
saw
up,
this art, but yes, it was in the thing.
Scroll up though, DJ. There's the okay. There's
Kefka?
Emmett, Selk, Kefka, Kuja. Okay.
I don't think we saw that Flart Kefka.
No, we did not.
And wait, what's Balthier and Fran? Did we see that at all?
There's a lot of stuff they didn't show on here.
Sin?
Yeah, Sin was in the first spoils.
Okay, there's Balthier and Fran. All right.
Yeah. Vehicles.
All right.
And
Okay, there was Sid.
all of the Sids.
I think this is going to be
16.
like a cute kind of chase, but what does he do that makes him baller besides being able to have 15 of them, 16 of them?
You can have unlimited number. He has cycling, and artifact creatures and heroes you control get +1/+1 for each artificer you control and each artificer card in your graveyard. So you can sit there and cycle him, have one in play, and boost all your artifact creatures, however many you can put in your graveyard.
Okay, but hold on. The more you have on the field, it becomes almost like a oh my god, the artifact.
Coat of arms.
Coat of arms.
Yep. For artifact creatures and heroes.
Oh,
so
dude! And if you copy this guy with like a host of the helm,
yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he has a built-in way of putting him in your graveyard, so you can have one in play, and then just dump a bunch in your graveyard with cycling to boost all of your other stuff. So he's actually really good.
Yeah.
For that archetype,
dude, it's like that that ooze, the green ooze. What was it called? The humanity, slime against humanity, or
slime against humanity. Yep.
But they're better to be in play, right?
Yep.
In the graveyard, they have less. They have
the
less
absolute
boost.
virtue is so disgusting. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to run more targeted removal in my decks.
Trying to get to the lands, but you guys keep telling me to stop.
That's okay. There's so much to see. This is an adventure for all of us. Oh, wait. Sephiroth got reprinted as Atraxa. Look. Atraxa Grand Unifier.
Okay, I didn't see that at all.
Sephiroth the Savior.
All right, so I mean, but she's only like what, maybe I don't know, 20? Is she a $40 card?
20-ish.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
She's gone down, I thought.
A lot, yeah. She's like 20-ish.
Oh, this is the Grand Unifier. Okay.
Yeah, not the
not 20
mana.
inch. She's a 10, so that's
teens.
$5 reprint.
Mm-hmm. All right, there's Behemoth.
Bahamut.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. Like, that's dope. It's not the best ever, but unless it's cheated out, I can't imagine this will ever see play. It is a dragon.
Right. It is a dragon, though.
His final ability is so freaking fun. Oh, look at the food token.
Look at the Herald's Horn.
Herald's Horn with the little Moogle.
Did not see that before.
Oh, it's got the Chocobo, so that's the commander version.
Nice.
Not in the main set. Okay.
So that's going to end up being probably about a 10 or 15.
No, it's a buy a box promo. Interesting.
Buy a box. Buy this
All right,
box.
so it'd be a $5 card.
Well, most Herald Horns are 5, so.
Well, I was saying it would be a more
Tree
desirable version, but when they're buy a box promos, they print thousands.
No,
okay,
more of those lands. More of the adventure lands.
Wait, the blue one, did we see the adventure blue land?
No, we did not. DJ's like, I want to look at these lands. We're like, hold on.
And they're looking impressive, so I'm happy with that. But so far, I think the best one would be the one that gains life.
Jeez.
Oh wow, yeah, but that's essentially what's its
it's traumatize. But
no. The other one, it's 2 blue and one other that came out of I think Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Yes.
Yeah. This
but
is
like double the price.
Like double the price, and then you can play it as a land. Okay.
Tapped.
Okay.
ETB tapped. Only taps for blue.
Not
going to be high value, but it could find a home somewhere.
I also don't think the green is all that amazing.
Yeah,
but the one that gains you 2 life coming in, that's a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, the town
Adventures in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's infinite landfall triggers. You can just infinite gain life with this. So that's pretty cool. And then look,
it doesn't come into play tapped, or does it? I don't think so.
No, it does not. Look, there's a Plains with 7th Heaven on there from Final Fantasy VII. Hell yeah.
That's from It looks like Final Fantasy 15, maybe on the next one.
Yeah.
On the road. Don't recognize the island, but I am digging that other island on the far right.
Yes.
So I do love that Plains.
I think that's Final Fantasy 10 for the other island.
I love the far left one and the far right one so far. I actually like those a lot.
All that swamp is sick with that dragon-looking beast on it.
Yeah.
I'm actually more in love with the one on the right that looks like shipwrecks.
Yeah, that one's pretty awesome. Hell yeah.
I love to see that one foil.
I don't really love the island on the left, though.
Nah, it's not. Nah. Oh, look at the mountains. The right one with the. Oh, look, there's a wizard and a whole part. Okay, so we're going through Moria again. Great.
Agreed. that forest is pretty sick, though.
I like that forest, yeah.
Yeah, that forest looks like an awesome place. I'd like to just sit down there and chill for a while.
Okay, yeah, the first one we saw. No, the first one. Is there a chocobo there on the left?
There's chocobos. Yeah, there's a whole family.
Oh wow, yeah, that's gonna the chocobo. That'll yep.
Oh, the chocobo forest. Oh yeah.
There's wastes in the set too.
Why?
And it's got a wolf on it. Okay.
But why the wastes?
No idea yet.
Wouldn't that be more of something for the Edge of Eternities?
You would think, unless they're not going to put it in Edge of Eternities and put it here.
So,
but I think
there's
that chocobo
new.
forest is going to be.
Was it adventure lands or is that what we're gonna call them? I don't know, but I like that there's a new land type town. So those are all
so
going
long
to be
as
towns.
they do something with it. I don't mind them introducing new land types.
Yeah,
but for God's sake, make it meaningful.
More okay. These are the same land.
Ooh, I like that the green land. That looks dope.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just look at the ability, right?
Yeah,
6 mana to create a 1/1, and then put a bunch of counters on it for every land that you control. Cool late game, I guess.
I don't see it being that advantageous in standard.
Not at 6 mana with their hatred of fast mana in standard. Yeah,
and really, it's not going to be even meaningful in Commander unless you're paying a very specific, dump all your lands onto the board and then throw this down.
And you're using Ozolith and things like that.
I can see it having a home in Bristly build though.
I would say anywhere between $3 and $5 for this card.
Yeah.
No, that chocobo land.
But the chocobo land, once I saw the chocobos, I'm like, oh, okay, that's gonna tickle a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
They should have made one chocobo land for each. I know that's green, but they should have made it for each land, right?
Each land type like have a chocobo on it. Yeah.
But I wanted to address one other thing because I think there's a white chocobo, but not a fancy one necessarily.
Well, let's see.
Dragoon's
I'm
slow scrolling.
Oh, there's the Moogle merchant.
Which they mentioned Moogles, but they never showed one in the spoilers. Weird.
They ran out of time because they had to run that stupid ass game.
Oh my god, that was terrible.
Took an hour.
Oh, look, Secret Rendezvous. There's 4 different artworks.
So they're going all like funny you mentioned Fallen Empires before because that's what this is.
Yeah, exactly. It's Fallen Empires. They're doing the multiple variants of the same card. Where's my hint of Turok?
Goblin Grenade.
Yes, Goblin Grenade. Goblin Trojan. Imperial.
No, they haven't revealed the white chocobo yet, Bob.
No.
But I know there was a black one and a green one for sure.
Oh, wait, Ice Magic. Can you scroll up, DJ? That one wasn't on stream. They showed fire, but not ice. Bounce creatures, put creatures on library. Target creature's owner shuffles it into their library. Oh, okay. I like it.
I believe aren't they going to have a chocobo for each color? I thought they said.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's only green.
So far,
there's Bob.
Which one? Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Bob.
Bob.
As a mythic?
Yeah, he's
Whatever.
still somehow a mythic.
I mean, like, just not like, who was saying that we needed more Dark Confidants?
I stopped saying we needed Dark Confidant like 10 years ago.
Like, no offense. It's like a freaking $5.
Oh my God, a cigarette card, Bob.
Oh, Cynthia Williams came back.
Right there. Marlboro.
Okay.
Each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, and exiles the top 3 cards of their library. Well, it's a common, but swamp cycling. But it costs 2, but still. Okay.
Okay.
He'll find a use.
I know it needs an R. I'm just saying it's kind of funny.
It's the Tunberry Xenos.
Yeah, they did show this one.
That just got spoiled, like, I think yesterday or the day before.
Yep.
Yeah. But I like it as a Drago.
But again, here's my concern, right? What?
Yeah, on his flip side, if you kill an opponent, you win the game. Your target opponent.
Yep.
Choose an opponent. When chosen player
Needs
loses the game,
trample.
you win the game. Doesn't need trample. You just need to kill one person.
So it's absolutely pointless in Standard.
Yeah.
Or Brawl or any 1v1. That's totally meaningless.
Exactly. But in Commander.
Okay, so you might as well just put Shinru Transcendent Target on your back.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's a giant bullseye.
Okay. Not really. Whatever. That's the one I was talking about. Your far left one for your demons.
Zodiark and
Yeah.
Arden.
Why do they think Dark Confidant is like a necessary reprint here? Dude, it's a $5 card.
Yeah, and it's reprinted into the main standard set. It's not even just Commander level. It's, yeah.
So you just wanted to put Dark Confidant back in Standard?
Yeah, why not, I guess. Bring back Dark Ritual.
I don't think that's happening.
No, I don't either.
I don't remember seeing this. The darkness crystal.
Yeah,
they showed it.
You were on a pee-pee break when they showed it, I think, DJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, it's not great, but it's good. Wait, what's that one on the left there?
Another artwork of Arden.
Did I miss it somehow? No, I don't think I missed it. I don't remember if that one being shown, but maybe it just didn't impress me much.
So there's
there it is,
artwork of
Arden. Okay,
right.
yeah. And again, 8 mana. And 8 mana, 4/4. That's what I'm saying is, like, with all this, is like their design choice screams up. It's got to be cheated to be meaningful.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of like big mana cards.
It almost feels like they're going in that, let's try to slow Magic down again.
Yep.
Direction.
Yep.
Right.
It's
The
AFR.
problem is you have. Oh man! Oh, you said it. I didn't. Those are the words I really don't want to hear about this set.
It's
Not AFR the set, bro.
They AFR the set.
They AFR'd it. It's a lot of flavor. Tastes good, but yeah, long-term value.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
I don't know if it's not a power down set, but it's very mid.
When you increase the cost, you power it down. Sorry,
which doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
No,
like,
he meant cost like the mana value.
Oh, okay. No, I'm saying in general, like the overall power feel. It feels very mid.
Yeah, so far,
not if you decrease the cost of many of these cards.
yeah, like Zell over there, he's pretty awesome, but if he was 2 mana, he'd be phenomenal.
Honestly, with zero power innately, no, I think it should be a 1. No haste. No, bro.
Yeah. Having to bounce a land every turn. Well, every one of your end steps.
Like, to me, that's a
In
1.
red.
That's a 1 red tip.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Clive, he's interesting.
Okay. But again, red has no ramp. So turn 6, 7, really? Turn 6 to discard your hand, and hopefully you have a bunch of red pips already on the board.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you take a whole turn off to exile him and return him to the battlefield on his other side.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kill something.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
You guys, we'll look at any other cards here, because I think we should probably wrap up here.
I do want to look at the mechanics specifically on the Chocobo again. Like,
which one? The green one?
No, the actual Chocobo. There's only one Chocobo card.
The traveling.
Yeah. Talk to beavers for the memes. Wait,
there's another Chocobo.
I didn't even see that there is another Chocobo. Whoa, I didn't see that one before. Go down.
We saw this one, and this one was in the initial preview.
Stop for a second.
Yeah, he's a cute little landfall baby.
Okay, that's beefs. Uncommon.
One
Feels good.
1 mana, 0/1. Feels good. Yeah. Cute artwork.
I'm down with it.
There's
the regular.
Yeah, it's fine. I just want to see the mechanics of it. All right. So we can look at the top of the library anytime. I'm kind of okay with that because it means you don't have to share information with the rest of the table. That's fine. A 3/2 for 3 is not the worst. No protection whatsoever. No haste. It feels like it should have a haste. You may play lands and cast bird spells from the top of your library. So I'm not sure if you guys are in with me on my personal meme, my personal favorite card of the last 5 years. What's going to go well with this card?
What?
You kidding me?
I'm just stuck in green.
What would make this card super awesome with your deck? With the play bird spells from the top of your library.
God.
Maskwood Nexus.
Oh yes. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Maskwood Nexus. My favorite card. Someday the rest of the world will catch up to me, and that'll be a $30 card. But seriously, that means everything in your deck now is a Chocobo, or it's a bird.
It's a bird.
Nice. If a land or bird you control entered the battlefield, causes a triggered ability. Dude, think how you could break that with Maskwood Nexus.
Oh gosh, Maskwood
Causes
Nexus.
a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger. That ability triggers an additional time.
Even with the 1 mana little baby Chocobo, it played fairly. You landfall twice. You get to put 2+1/+1 counters on your little baby Chocobo. That can be pretty gnarly.
How about let's double up Scute Swarms triggers?
Yeah, double Scutes, double everything.
I'm sorry. I have to go back to my favorite card here in green. 1 second.
So it's not bad. Like I could see ways to make a fun deck with it, but in and of itself, not necessarily a strong card. Also, it can't be your commander. So
it's all about commune with beavers, though. Stop it.
Yeah, there's the memes. There's
the
meme cards side by side.
Beaver.
Hey, can I put my jumbo cactar in your communing beaver?
Can I commune with your beaver with my cactuar? we can Bart's and Boko afterwards.
Yeah. Like a human bird.
Great.
How many human birds are there? I bet we probably get that guess wrong too. Yeah, there's like 7. Like what? What are they?
What are they? What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
So, anyways, plants. I don't know if that matters. Creature type of plant, but
it's a plant.
Definitely a
Going
meme
to my
card.
Bristly Bill deck. Let's go.
Let's go. Plants with mustaches.
That's right.
So far, I don't know how I feel about the reveal. I don't feel completely AFR'd.
Yeah. Okay. Like I don't feel that it's like complete power down. Like I said, it feels mid to me, like mid power level. You know.
I'm gonna repeat that I don't think it's as powerful as Tarkir.
Yeah. Okay.
It feels
I'm
very
gonna put it
Corset.
honestly, what it feels like to me, very a la Bloomborough.
Okay.
All about the art and not the playability. Because I mean, seriously, how do you feel about Bloomborough's power level?
I don't know. I'm a little biased. I like Bloomborough. I didn't really see power level as much. You know.
Right, and that's what these sets are kind of power level blind. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But
what's up, Far North?
It feels very on par with like Bloomborough for power level so far.
Okay.
No, were there any amazing reprints from Bloomborough? I don't remember any.
There was a sword, but I don't remember much either.
There was in like the Sword of Fire and Ice, and yeah, they did the Critters reimagined stuff. But yeah.
Okay, and you have the Ancient Copper Dragon here to do with that, but
yeah.
Well, Ancient Copper here, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So again, kind of on par with Bloomborough. Nothing to get super excited about, I guess is what I'm saying, unless you're a Final Fantasy fan, of which there are many. I don't see long-term.
You're not wrong,
here.
Classic.
So I mean, and that's fine with your beaver and your bunnies, and I wanted bunny rabbits to be a thing. I wanted a bunny rabbit set, so I'm happy with Bloomborough. I'm happy enough that it wasn't super overpowered. But what was the weird horror set?
Dustmorn.
Dustmorn.
Yeah,
I feel that Dustmorn was actually more powerful than this.
Okay.
Yes. I agree, and a lot of cards from Duskmorn are going to be powered up from some of the cards in this set. So,
and honestly, as far as like power level goes, I don't know if this is even. I don't know where this rates against OTJ.
Yeah.
Well, OTJ kind of had 2 or 3 different sets in it, if you remember, because they wanted to go micro set BS again.
Oh, there were other flaws with it. I'm talking about just general power level.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If you look at the general, I agree, Bob. General power level currently, yeah, less than OTJ because you got Bristly Bill, you've got Terror of the Peaks in the main set, 3 steps ahead. Really,
well, just the spree mechanic was really good, I think.
Yeah, it was insane. So yeah, there's a lot of power in OTJ. It price depressed on a lot of cards because a lot of people cracked it for the big story and the breaking news. But yeah,
I'm hoping they hit some bigger bangers in this set.
Yeah,
like to do other sets, power crept, and this one feels, kind of.
And I don't know. I kind of get a feeling, Bob, that Spider-Man will be power like even more powered down. Maybe
I kind of agree because what we've seen so far was not amazing.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
The bonus sheet here being all creatures, I think, is a holdback. I think they should do enchantments as well or something. something other than just creatures.
Artifacts, man. There needs to be weapons. I mean, Final Fantasy flavor wise is all about weapons.
Yeah, weapons.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is you're right. I didn't really see a lot of
they
artifacts.
did tease. Well, let's hold on because they did tease the Buster Sword.
Yeah,
and they teased it so much that they're like, "Oh, we're gonna let you know it exists, but we're not gonna tell you what it is."
And there's Kane's Lance that I saw at the top of the spoilers. We haven't looked at it, but it's in the white cards.
Okay.
Like it feels like they need to reprint Staff of Domination just as sort of like a flavor win here.
Right. With all the rods and staffs. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, there it is. Dragoon's Lance. Yeah.
Oh, would that be Thassa's Bident they should make of something?
Yeah.
Right.
Anywho, like I said, I'm not near, and I, perhaps it's my fault. I came in super stoked, really hyped, wanting to see something super cool. The takeaways I find super cool is I still, and I knew about those, the flarts, without just pure one color background, but at least they put some variation with the numbers behind them, and I do like the art of the characters on them.
Yeah,
cool. I do like the whatever that white blue many as you want in their Sid card. I'm digging it. And the Chocobos, I'm good with that. Even with the way that they're doing the serialized, they didn't over serialize. Thank God.
Yeah. I was worried it was going to be a March of Machines. 10,000 different cards are serialized to 500 type thing.
Or like
they learned a lesson.
War.
What's that?
Brothers War was also guilty of it.
Yep, Brothers War. They came in over serialized. Having a single serialized card, that's really awesome. Makes it very special.
I kind of prefer the way Lord of the Rings did it, beyond the 1 of 1, but having the ring set being
the 3 cards
serialized.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they should have done probably something different with the Chocobos. I don't like the neon art. I don't think it went over well with Hitotsugu. Nobody's like clamoring after it anymore. I honestly think they should have had mechanically unique Chocobos in each color. Like that feels like it would have been more probably on flavor. And make them all similar power level. I think that would have been better. And even if you do it in the different neon inks, make them mechanically unique.
Yeah,
amongst each other, not all the same card like Hitotsugu. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. That's my 2 cents worth.
Well, we'll probably have more spoilers to cover on Thursday for MTG Roundtable. Hopefully, we'll see some more power. But interesting reveal. I agree. The flavor is on point on some of it. And there's some fun cards, but I don't see anything uber broken. And I think also too is we also have that price kind of feel too, as they're charging for a premium set, but we don't necessarily have premium power level cards.
Agreed.
Really. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, amongst those sets, I mean, when you're getting, paying $600 for a collector box compared to the same power level you're going to get out of Bloomberg or OTJ, I don't think it's worth that double premium, right? It just isn't.
No,
I agree with you that they come up with something more. Because I have
a feeling they're holding back.
No, they definitely are. We haven't seen, all the other good stuff yet.
Yeah,
but I don't see.
You're assuming that there's going to be better stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we kept doing that. This feels very much AFR. Like we kept waiting for it to get better.
It
just didn't.
Yep.
Please.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: out of everything that we've seen spoiled so far, let's be honest. Of everything you've seen so far, was there anything that said, "Oh, I gotta have that"?
I don't know. I didn't really.
The little kid in me, I want Cecil, and just because he was my favorite protagonist. Not because I like his design. I mean, his design is interesting, but I don't care for it.
Like tomorrow or today, I'm opening a box of Tarkir.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, I can't help but say, because it's just real, I'm really hoping and I open a Eugene, right?
Hell
I want
yeah.
one. Like when I looked at the set, I want a Eugene and I want a Crater Hoof. Those are the two cards I really want. Wouldn't mind a Corey Steel Cutter, and I want a Mistrise Village, right? And they spoil
I
those
agree
early.
with Caustic. I want the demon stuff.
Cool. But I'm just, I'm saying that I don't think there's any cards in here, maybe the Ancient Copper Dragon, that anybody's looking at going, oh, I have to have that for X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even on the level of the, what's her name? The White Planeswalker.
Elspeth?
Elspeth.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like it feels like Sephiroth should have been a Planeswalker on that level.
I agree. Honestly, I do like the design of Sephiroth. It does have my brain ticking as to what I'm going to do with him, but I don't need him, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I agree.
So
there's other things I want to do with, like, my first friend. But yeah, I don't know. And oh my god, the mechanics! I'm just even seeing, like, I don't even remember that one. And Darkness.
Oh yeah, Darkness.
Like,
yeah,
that's a new mechanic. And it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to have a cheat sheet on the side when I play against Final Fantasy with all the different mechanics of what the hell they do.
It better not have any textless ones.
Oh, geez, Louise. I think there was one we saw that was textless. Was the Golden Chocobo textless? Is that on here, DJ?
The golden one, yes.
Yeah, it was.
Hold on,
was
I'll
it
go back.
textless?
I'm going back. Hold on, God.
Stop doing a token of poke.
I'm not even doing that. I haven't had time to.
DJ been up for 38 hours.
Oh wait, was the Ancient Copper Dragon also textless?
No.
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Where
there? This one is textless,
but it's all gold on the front and everything. Like it's
like it got peed on.
No, more like gilded foil. Think gilded foil, but all.
I'm just saying the way it looks here.
Yeah, the way it looks here, it looks like it was soaked in someone's UTI piss.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take a piss card, please.
Bob wants number one.
Hell no, I want 69, baby.
Oh yeah, that's right. 69. I was gonna say for Sherry, but you then said for 69, so yeah.
Yeah, no, I would love to pull one. I think there's going to be a huge chase for that. The problem is, people can't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cost is
kind of missed opportunity, man.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap up, guys. It's been an honor, pleasure, all that. Thank you guys for joining us for the spoiler today. We will probably talk more about this on Thursday for MTG Roundtable, and hopefully have some better spoilers pop up as well. So we'll see. But I don't think it's like so low powered, Bob, that people are going to cancel their order.
No, I don't think so either. No. But I don't think that this helped a lot.
No. I kind of feel that you're not getting your money's worth power wise with the up cost, but we all know it's supposed to be a standard set. So I don't know. I have a feeling that Spider-Man's going to be more of a disappointment, I think.
I'm actually going to say it's probably going to be on par with this, but less.
I think even less than this. Yeah. I don't know. Just a gut feeling. But, is what it is. Thanks, everyone, for joining us, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Hey, real quick, remember, 7 o'clock tonight, Cardboard Conversations going to be cracked.
That's right.
Remember.
Tune in later today.
All right, folks.
And I am going to be missing the short for today. I might get to it later, but I'm going to go die. So
all right, guys.
later.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Adios, everybody.